Right. Ben.
We were fighting wyverns.
You were indeed. You were fighting wyverns. Exactly what I was about to say. So let's start the music there. Let's reshare the map. We're mid-fight, so Benny's and everything.
Let's start the music. Let's light the lights. Let's pick up music. Let's put on makeup and dress up right. It's time to get sensational on the inspirational show. This is the market.
And I've now been copy-striked. Thank you.
Go for that. It was singing Dwarfish.
Yes, well done. Aye. Now we have to.
Hey, he's got a Scottish accent. The algorithm will never pick it up.
It'll never pick it up. Like what?
Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's missing? Oh,
Elspeth?
Oh, the duck.
I'm here, and so's my wife.
I'm here. I've just been.
Oh
quiet.
right, okay. It would be helpful if I actually loaded it, wouldn't it?
Okay, right, where were we? Well, it was a new round, wasn't it? Let's see what happens on the start of the new round. Who's on hold?
Jiminy, probably.
Vorka was as well.
Nerd. Right,
So let's do it. Round 2, Vorka was as well then. I thought Vorka might be.
Right. Attempting to resolve connections with server.
Okie dokie. Aki can go on hold because he's not here. And then Vorka will suddenly just be placed upon the map, like. Here we go. Vorka's got 16 bennies.
Bloody hell.
In fact, actually, you know what? I've just noticed something, and I think I'm going to have fun with that. So if I go to the main deck, and then I'm going to. Vorka hasn't been here. I'm actually just going to get Jiminy's Jiminy in this card because Jiminy's not here to use it. So Vorka's going first.
Okay, Vorka falls out of the tree and wakes up. I had a weird dream.
Were we all there?
No.
I'm okay.
How did you get there? We rode up here on horseback and you were just suddenly there in a tree.
That's magic. Don't worry about it. It's magic. Yeah. I don't know that I have anything that can reach any of these guys.
That one's on the ground.
Well, yeah, that one's on the ground, but there's 3 more up there still, too. Okay, well, I guess I'm just going to come over here and beat on this one for a little bit. And I've got a few of these, so let's go ahead and... Oh, come on. Let's do it for a real hit. There, that's better.
1 Benny. You've got double-figure bennies, and I've got 1 Benny.
Oh, I'll give one of the GM. Here. You can have one of these. Oops, no, don't do that. Do this. Here, you can have one of my GMs.
That's very nice of you. Thank you, Mr. Walker, sir.
I thought at the end of the fight, we all donate all of our bennies to the GM just before he resets them.
Maybe I won't No, I won't, because I want some bennies. Okay, Aki's on hold, which is fine. Moving on to Gastus.
Who is going to go on hold?
Okay, that brings us to Sassafras.
Let's see. Who's within my range? Number 2 is. So, let me... Yeah, I'm gonna spend the extra power points for Greater Bolt.
Okie dokie. You got the edge.
Yes, I do.
Nice. Game master. I couldn't remember what
Oh
it was
no,
called.
I missed. That's not happening.
You did hit because that, for some reason, went against its parry.
Yeah, that's better.
Is it going against the parry?
No, shouldn't be.
Okay, I wounded him.
21 points of damage. Yeah, your green lightning bolt shoots out, and that's the end of that wyvern. Splat.
How many extra power points do I have to pay to get
Rudy's
raised?
hiding in the tree. He doesn't want these things hurting his delicate butterfly wings.
Who isn't it? Okay, what's the wyvern's pay like? Flight of piece of 8. Okay, so who's in range? Oh, rude. Interesting. I thought some charge should work. My target not available. Okay, they've done something funny to the whispers. Okay, what was Rooty up to? Rooty.
He's hiding in the tree because he's afraid they're going to damage his delicate butterfly wings.
Absolutely.
And he's picky about stuff like that.
What? I just got hit.
Yeah. Thaddeus just shot you with a bolt for some reason.
What
Yeah,
did I
what-
do to you, Thaddeus?
What's Thaddeus playing at?
He was on the wyvern side the whole time.
Oh dear, this could be a very big hit. I think Leia's just really got stabbed badly there.
That's just rude, that is. Okay, it's gonna have to be soak rolls as my cards are useless in this situation.
This card might help you.
Do I need to play that before or no? I can do it.
No,
Play
you
it
can play
after.
it after.
Can't I? Yes, I think that card will help me. Oh yeah.
Soak roll of 20.
A soak roll of 20. So you soak it all.
Thank
That's okay.
you.
Let's give me a card back, dear.
I shall.
Oh look, you get a free attack on it as it leaves combat because you soaked all the damage and weren't shaken.
Awesome.
Except you can't reach it.
Except when it attacked Leia,
It was close enough at that point. And the moment it starts to move, I hit it.
Go on then.
All right, I miss it, but you know, I had the chance.
Here's Wild Soul. Have you notice that? He attacks everyone else, then on his go he goes quiet. What do you
I think something's taken his mind.
I think he's a secret wyvern.
Why?
He's not a. He wasn't bitten by a vampire. He's bitten by a wyvern. He's a vampire, not a vampire.
Well, at least he wasn't bitten by a Welsh bird. You wyvern.
Yeah.
We're in scouts.
And the name of the creature was Vern. That's why he kept saying, "Why, Vern? Why?"
It makes a change from everybody shooting at will, doesn't it?
Ooh, stun. That could be interesting. Plummets to the ground.
So
Okay.
yeah, so the reason I was targeting people was because somebody says, "Why does it bolt work against parry?" And I can answer is I don't know because I've just tested it and it's fine. So yes, I'm going to cast stun on that wyvern that's trying to fly away from Leah.
Fine. Your force is D10, so it's in range. It's like a vigor check at -2. You got a raise. There's hiccups. Ooh, made it.
Ooh, it made it. Right. I thought it was going to go for a nosedive into the ground.
Yeah, no, it would have been good, but I'm afraid it made it.
Okay. So. Yeah, Vendra will just go and make a. In fact, no, she won't. She'll just move to number 3. There we go.
Okie dokie.
Get on with it. Get on with it. So 3 is 1.
I would like to interrupt, please.
You didn't hit the Joker, do you?
I don't, so I will have to roll up against it.
Are you happy with this?
I will take my free reroll, see if I can get better. I'm happy with the 7. What a shame.
Okie dokie. It flies down, attacks Thaddeus. Thaddeus manages to avoid the attack, it would appear. Did not roll. No, it hasn't attacked Thaddeus yet. That's a case it did. Wyvern Thaddeus has a parry of 6. He rolled a 5, therefore it misses. I'm going to use the Benny that Vorka so kindly gave me.
Hang on. So on my thingy, it says it rolled athletics.
Scroll up a little bit.
Yeah, it rolled
Okay.
athletics to resist my athletics.
And then it flies
Okay.
off. Which, of course,
Alright.
Thaddeus can get a free attack upon it if he wants, but it's flown away otherwise.
Does free attacks include telekinesis?
Nope.
Nope. Nope. That would
Basic
be
melee
nope.
attacks only.
Basic melee attacks, but no modifiers either, people, remember. Right. Right, number 3.
Right.
Oh, you waiting for me?
He targets it.
Well,
Well, are you attacking
Are you
it?
doing your free attack or not?
Am I doing a free attack? Well,
You can
the
say
answer to
no,
that
and then I'll move on the combat tracker, which is waiting on you.
All right, okay, right. What we'll do is we'll just we'll try and stab it. Is it? Have a poke at it.
Please. Can't play without them. Sometimes you want to play with.
It misses me.
It's
I
okay.
miss it.
Okie dokie. That brings us to Leia.
All right, I'm going to sweep my arms down and up in a dramatic gesture, pointing my palms towards it, and pull all of the shadows from the foliage around me and fling them at it.
Oh, that sounds rather cool. That's it, actually.
I am casting Smothering Shadows with a raise, armor penetration of 2, heavy weapon. Then I won't bother with the heavy weapon, but I will do the raise and the AP 2.
Nice. Well, you get quite a lot of powers, don't you? Nice.
Yes.
Most of them are boost trait.
Yes, true.
Okay, that's a blast.
It is. I'm just trying to. I need to do the 3d6 version. I'm just trying to figure out how. Oh, I just put raise on, don't I?
Unless you hit with a raise.
Well, yeah.
The easiest thing, well, firstly, oh yeah, hang on, you don't roll because it's.
Correct.
Hang on though. It's an area of effect, so you don't have to roll. Therefore, you've hit with a raise, but all you do is don't double click on the damage dice, single click on to pick them up, and then right mouse button twice to add 2 dice.
Good point.
Instead of doing the click for the raise at the bottom.
Yeah, but you paid for a raise, didn't you?
Yes, but I meant
And you
the
also paid for
modifiers.
extra damage, didn't you? So therefore, yeah. I mean, sorry, I see what you're saying. Yeah, sorry. Click the.
You
You
both
can click.
then.
Yeah, you can click the raise dice and then pick them up and only right click once to add a single extra dice. Yeah. Or you create a sub attack with the extra damage on it. But yeah, sorry, I misunderstood what you were saying. Good point. Ooh, dear.
That was a bit pathetic. I think I can do better than that.
Why does Smite give +4, -4?
Because obviously Leia's magical powers aren't getting the smite
Aren't
bonus.
smited, right.
Therefore, Leia is therefore the player is being very helpful and putting a -4 in to counteract the smite bonus they would get if they were using melee attacks.
I
Which
like
they've
getting the
got-
credit for it, but it did that by itself somehow the first time.
Okay, fair enough. So that's
I don't
16 points.
even know
That's
how it happened.
16 points of damage afterwards. So yeah, you just basically smother it in shadows, and it cries out in pain and crushes to the ground,
Whoop.
unmoving. Okay, end of that round. Bajenko. Rather, I don't know if Bajenko's going to do anything. One wyvern remains. Bajenko isn't. Let's move on. New round. Have you noticed in 712 most combats don't last more than 3 rounds if the players are doing well? Which is a good thing, I think, personally. That brings us to Sassafras.
Sassafras don't like these things, and they've got Rudy all panicked, so she's gonna repeat her Greater Bolt on this one over here.
Hello, my best viewers.
Right there. Because that works so well.
Go for it. Oh dear. But it's a successful casting. I saw a 1 and thought that's bad.
Why is it going against parry? It should have hit.
I don't know why it's going against parry.
Because this is where we're going to be resetting Benny's here soon. I'm going to try for the raise anyway.
I don't think
Yeah,
your
that
dice are
ain't
like
happening.
you.
That ain't happening, but it did hit, so I'm going to do the damage.
Ignore that. That was me testing stuff.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to try one more time to, you know, just kill him. We got lots of bennies and not much time left.
Indeed.
Oh, I'll try one more time.
I had the weirdest game last night with Jimmy and Uncle running rifts. I rolled damage and I got 1, 3, 2, 5 for argument's sake.
I guess I'm taking the Kraken.
I spent 3 bennies and every time I rolled 3 times in a row I rolled 1, 3, 2, 5 in the same order.
Just giving
Impressive.
me the one that makes him shaken.
Yep, he's shaken. Shaken he is. That was just after the update, so we reckon that they did something funky with the dice rolls to make them all roll lower. We're getting lots of ones today, so I'm still convinced that's what the update did.
Well, in that case.
The old roll a load of dice to try and move the random number generator on.
Exactly.
Justice is moving to there. He's cancelled his move just as I was about to accept it.
I didn't think I did, but Gastus is going to ride kind of round the Wyvern.
I love the idea of you riding the horse staying behind.
Okie dokie. Right.
He's going to wave his arms around and go, "Hey, you here!"
I'm going to be rather nice because I'm about. Oh, that caused a console error. What did you do there?
I did an athletics test.
Oh yeah, fast test. I'm going to turn it off. It causes me more grief than it works most of the time. Not because the extension's bad. It's just half the time it rolls when you don't want it to. You know what I mean? I think I'd rather roll manually, but then I'll get fed up with that and then wish I'd turned it off next time I turn it off. You watch. Okay. Benny's ode. So okay. One from Mango. One from Guacamole. So, I'm here to watch the show. Please, GM, let the bennies flow from Tango. And in case of emergency, release the bennies from Guacamole. Now, what I'm not going to do is actually give you those bennies. Unless you really want them, because, of course, as soon as I reset them, you'll lose them. So I'm actually
No, it's fine. You can save onto that until after the reset.
Yeah, happily have them later. Thank you, Guacamole and Tango.
I was thinking I was being nice for once. Okay. You have shaken my wyvern.
It was shaken already, but I'd like to make it distracted, please.
You want to distract my wyvern. Okay, you distract my wyvern. Let the Benny flow for the GM putting up a new MM video. Oh, that's... Oh, I'm going to save that for me, actually. I'm going to save that until after as well. Thank you, MacD.
Then our genie is going to fly over here.
Okay. Climbing as she goes?
Yep. And sneeze all over the wyvern.
Okay.
In order to stun it. And that's a raise.
Okay, that's a -2 on the wyvern's vigor test then, isn't it?
Mm.
Or vigor. Vigor. Oh, I'm going to use my last Benny. I'm about to reset them as soon as this wyvern comes down, so I'm going to spend it now. Oh, it survives the stunning. That's the second time this wyvern. That's the second time this wyvern hasn't been stunned.
No, the other one that wasn't stunned is the one that Leia choked out with all the shadows.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, good point. I mean, it's the second time. I didn't necessarily mean the same wyvern.
The second time a wyvern has...
A wyvern, I
avoided
should have
this
said,
one,
yes. Oh, that was fun, that whole putting up the video. So I spent 35 minutes doing a training video with no working sound. So then I restarted it again. And this time what it would appear to happen is when I told YouTube to delete the video that had no sound, it actually deleted the video I was currently recording and therefore live.
No.
So it didn't save it. Fortunately, however, because of the way I stream stuff, well, obviously Twitch recorded it, but fortunately I had another copy, so I was able to download the video and re-upload it, so it's out there now. But the sound's still crap, so I'll probably still have to redo it at some point. Anyway, what is it about me and trading videos and crap sound? It always happens. Thaddeus, over to you, sir.
Just dub it in French.
Well, Thaddeus, Let's see. Let's move the wyvern to Leah, skipping it off the ground on the way across. So, oh, maybe not.
Oh dear, maybe not.
So,
Did you just throw a wyvern at me?
I did.
No, he absolutely didn't.
Yeah, but throwing it towards me in a cooperative way and throwing it at me in a weaponized fashion are distinctly different, and critical.
Argenia goes tumbling through the air, being cast upwards as they go.
Oh.
Yeah. So the plan was to grab the wyvern with telekinesis and move it into Leah's melee range after bouncing it off the ground a few times.
Indeed. Argenia
The little dragon goes fast going.
Argenia cries out in shock as you basically accidentally grab hold of Argenia and fling her up into the sky. As she tumbles upwards and upwards, higher and higher into the sky, she's distracted and vulnerable. Justice looks at you with distress.
Whoops. Well, I got a flappy thing.
At least it's something that can manage to fly its way down safely.
Yeah, Vendra will just scold me.
Just be glad it wasn't the cat.
Okay. Okay, the wyvern unshaked, in that case, is obviously going to come back again and obviously go for 2 inches down to there. So it's going to fly down, go Thaddeus with a sting. Missing. That was 2 inches, and then going to just start flying away as quick as it can. So there.
Break it, you fool!
Sure. I'll repeat my shadow performance, I think.
Like last time. Personally, I do think offensive mystic powers should have dice rolls, but I know the rules don't state they do.
I did do the -4 myself this time, and I will bunny that.
Okay. I suppose it's offset by the fact that you get a limited list of powers.
Was
Yeah.
that? Seriously, what the smeg?
Clearly,
I told you the
clouds
update.
have gone away.
I told you the update apparently whatever they did in the last update does appear to make dice roll ones more often.
I'm bunnying that again. My modifier box is stopped.
Alright, I can take 4 off.
Says the gamblers.
Now it says +41. That can't be right. Right, I've managed to type it in manually.
Oh. Yep, there we go. So I can get rid of these. Apply. It goes away. Aha, right. Congratulations, you have fought off the wyverns. So what I can do now is go through all the effects and
Right.
turn them off.
Right. So the question is, what do you want to do now?
And if anyone wants to spend any card plays before he resets them,
Yes, just before you.
Right.
So are we jumping to where we're going?
Sounds like a plan to Gastus, who doesn't want to have to spend any more time in this God's forsaken wilderness than we have to.
Right. So before
That's
you
the
set,
accidentally deleted your light
And I've
effect. You might need
decided
to re-equip it.
I've decided cats shouldn't ever ride horses.
Okay, so.
I'll put a new sunrod on next time we go somewhere dark.
so
Resetting
You fucking wish.
bennies in
Right,
5,
so-
4.
wait a minute. Let's have a roll of traits first. You never know, make a critical failure and you go, I need to design a new adventure. Right. That's a success. Let's not roll it again, eh? Yeah, what I do is we have to hurry up and get to where we're going. So what I do is I cast Puppet on Leah and I make her dance. When we actually open a gate, the duck quacks and it opens a. Basically, we're going to shadow step to the location we're going to.
How are you using?
What?
How are you using?
We had this.
Teleport.
You're trying to remember the conversation we had yesterday. So yeah, can we teleport? Can we not?
I thought you've already got that.
No, that's Leah.
Ah.
And he's using Arcane Spike to do the really powered up gate version so that are we travelling through the elemental plane of ducks?
Probably.
You need to have the edge to cast the asterisk version.
So we don't have plane shift or something like that, do we?
That's again part of the trappings of teleport, but it does say in the card it's any power available regardless of rank, one time only.
Yes, but casting asterisk powers is not a rank requirement; it is an edge requirement.
Okay, we use Arcane Spike to cast Wish, and we teleport everybody to the location.
That works.
That works. Although you don't. Okay. Although on a 6, don't you permanently lose power points?
So you want me to roll a raise?
It will cost you 20 power points to cast Wish.
Well, I don't know. Do you think I've got enough bennies to pull this off?
But you've got enough bennies, so let's spend the bennies to give you your power points back. There you go.
Right.
Now you're going to cast Wish and say, I wish we were... then you're going to cast Wish. If you need to get a raise or you permanently lose 3 power points for casting Wish.
Well, I'm going to offer him a swig from my hip flask and give him the blessing of Caden Kylian,
going to be evil,
because I really want to get the hell out of this desert. And
If
there
you
you
can't
go.
remember where
There's
they're
a
going, they're in
+2
trouble.
support roll from me.
You're just a city boy, I guess, Phineas.
Yes.
Anybody else want to go support roll?
Vorka would give you a kiss to support you, but you're a little on the dead side. So
I'm not dead. I just look weird. Right.
He's only half dead.
So
He's only mostly dead.
3
It's a +3.
+3. So let's roll. Because I did mention I was going to do this last week, and then you said, "Oh, we might have to test encounter tables," and I was like, "Ugh." Right.
No, it's fine. I remember. Don't worry, I do remember. I was just couldn't. Okay. Yeah, go for it. Okay,
Actually,
so
I must admit, I
saw the one.
I saw
I
that
thought,
first one. I did a slight squeaky.
I put you in trouble when I saw the one. Okay,
Sphincters did tighten. Yeah.
so you spend all 20 of your power points to cast Wish. You don't permanently lose.
Then he spends 4 bennies really quickly to get them all back again.
Yeah.
Indeed, very quickly.
It spends 4 bennies really quickly. To get them all
No,
back
basically you could just turn them off and on. So I just turned off the D20 because this gives me a little more space.
However,
Right.
the whole disconcerting is I don't actually know what I'm doing, and a lot of this is motivated by the duck, and I've just puppeted Leah to do a dance to make it happen.
Right. Okay. You have cast Wish. Make your wish.
So where are we going?
That's what
You've
you're
got to get
wishing. So you better tell me where you're wishing you go to.
Well, somebody want to tell me that?
You've cast the power. You've got to be very careful because you've said I wish, and anything else you say after that, I could be really evil to take as your wish. So over to you. What do you wish?
I wish our GM had a heart.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid to say, unfortunately, this GM used to be a DM of first edition AD&D, and it was quite stipulated that when players cast wish, you nail them for whatever they say. That's the.
Whereas
Yeah.
in Pathfinder for Savage Worlds, it actually tells you what to do with wishes, and one of them is you can have a one-time activation of any spell you like, with a raise.
Yeah, that's fine. You still need to tell me where you wish to travel to. That's all I need. The destination. Because look, your lovely little tokens are sitting on the map in Shoanti territory. I just need to know where you wish to travel to.
We want to travel to meet Thousand Bones.
That's what I
Shaman,
was- that's what I was looking
shaman
for.
of the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wish we could go and meet Thousand Bones, the shaman, so he could tell us about the Crimson Queen.
I will
And what
admire
act did
you'll
she
get
make?
out of the fact none of you can remember where you were travelling to.
Well, the only
So-
reason we were travelling there was to see if we could meet Thousand Bones. So now, even if Thousand Bones isn't there, we meet Thousand Bones.
So I will teleport you to
Wasn't
the
paying
Callow.
attention. He was just traveling along with you guys.
I know. I'm
I
just
didn't want to
teasing.
say. I didn't want to say teleport me to the Callum Mountains because that could be literally. I mean, that's a big
I wouldn't.
place.
I wouldn't be that evil on the interpretation. But anyway, my all-time favourite was the day the player said, like, accidentally said, "I wish I was a +5 longsword," rather than "I wish I had a +5 longsword." And I said, "Right, there you go. You're a +5 longsword." I miss really evil GMs. Rulings on wish. Okay, we can move on. You have successfully teleported to the Callow Mounds. So what I need to do now is open the party
It's
sheet.
a bit like
get
saying,
to-
"I wish I could go to New York." And you go,
I need to reset the bennies, and then I
will.
will. Then Tank Girl gave you all bennies. Guacamole gave you all bennies, and Mac D gave me a benny. So we're up to date on bennies. And now I will reset adventure cards.
Ooh.
Adventure cards reset. Okay. Now, hello, Mounds. Okay. I'm so busy making videos, I actually didn't. Do you know what? There's this really. Okay, that's an interesting bug I just found. It's a very interesting bug. I will fix. I mean, that's the right image. That's the wrong image. Where are my notes? What I need to fix. Boom. I know I made notes last week because I made a note last week. I thought I made a note because there was something wrong last week and I couldn't find the pad. Oh well, looks like I forgot. Oh well, that's not good.
Professional
deleted it.
developer.
Choosing. I'll have to watch my own video because it was quite early on I found the bug, wasn't it? I know that. Right. Let's put it in the. Put it in the shift area. So that, where's my notes tab? Oh, hang on. It's probably in here. Probably, yeah, bugs to fix. Here we go. Wand of Mind, missing Wand of Mind link. Wrong image in Hello Mounds. Okay, that's fixed. That's helpful. So anyway, I'll show you the Callow Mounds image. Did that share? There we go. Okie dokie. By the time you
So anyway, based on the picture, yes, we appear where we need to go, but I didn't say we were welcome when we got there. Oops.
Your
Imagine
patron
that.
found us a large pile of rocks, Master Wild Soul.
Okay, the Shankar mark their territories with large rock cairns topped with animal skull markers that serve both as signposts and warnings to deter
it's not my
strangers.
fault, by the way. It's not my fault. I told you the duck has got an agenda. It hasn't quite brought me in what the agenda is, but the duck has got an agenda of some kind.
Yeah, so basically, you appear near the Callow Mounds. You're suddenly intercepted with almost instantly as you magically appear. You become aware that there are 4 Shoanti warriors. They're somewhat surprised to see you, but greet you nonetheless. One of them shouts down in accented common that I'm not going to do, demanding why you are approaching their campsite.
We seek the Council of Thousand Bones.
Okie dokie. As long as you, the one who shouted down goes, "We shall lead you in. We shall escort you to the camp." They do. Mentioning the name of Thousand Bones you do notice they sort of they're less tense as soon as you mention the name. They sort of then, although they don't necessarily trust you, they definitely move down the hostility scale. And although they still watch you, they're not watching you with bows half knocked anymore.
Oh, good. If there's less tents, at least we might get some proper buildings.
Thaddeus Wellsoul's playing Dark Bargain.
Thaddeus, yeah, so Thaddeus, we all teleport in and everybody's fine except me, who I appear to be covered in duck feathers. I mean, for some reason, unknown reason.
Okay. Ah, dear. Thaddeus Dark Soul is taking Dark Bargain.
There's been some kind of foul play.
Dear, that's awful. Anti-Benny.
I thought for a second I nearly ducked the spell up. Yeah.
That's an anti-Benny. Okie dokie. Hindrances. Bad luck.
I suppose it was absolutely quackers to try that stunt.
Okay, that's the bad luck. And under here, Dark Bargain. Adventure card. +1. There we go. One less Benny, one additional adventure card, and play. You immediately get an adventure card, don't you, for playing Dark Bargain?
You do.
There we go.
Maybe we were actually supposed to walk into the territory and do an invited thingy, and I'm getting punished for ducking my responsibilities.
Right. Okay. So
Still not coming through there. Right. Oh.
That's an interesting way it linked it. But that's fine. That link later. Right, there's a 1,000 bones. Yeah. Okay, 1,000 bones. Okay. Okie dokie. 1,000 bones smiles as he recognizes you as you advance. What is going on with his feet? I can't imagine he's got coverings over his feet. But anyway, he smiles as you approach. Definitely lost my thread of what I was describing here. Okay, the Callow Mounds basically appear to be hundreds of cairns you suspect burial sites, probably for quite some time. You reckon there's about 70 or so stone car in and around the camp area. There seems, as time goes by, you will notice there seems to be a constant influx of nomads, and others move on. The chieftain of the Callow Mounds and all of the Skone is a quiet and gaunt man named One Life. And Chief One Life dwells permanently, apparently, in this camp. obviously, Thousand Bones is obviously after he meets you, obviously sort of shares certain information with you that he feels that should be pertinent. Another permanent resident of the camp is an elderly woman known as Ash Dancer, the tribe's eldest, most respected shaman, and the leader of Bone Slayers. The Bone Slayers being the ones that intercepted you. Apparently, they're men and women who patrol the burial grounds and are trained from an early age to be effective. Now, okay. Thousand Bones, yeah, well, his ready smile and welcoming calls seem to set all the other Shoanti at ease, and their initial hostility gives way to curiosity, as many of the Skonkar have never actually seen an honest-to-goodness Shamek before. Shamek outsiders. He waves away any talk of Queen Ililosa or Kazavon, saying that he has worries of his own, but such a discussion should be held at the proper time and location. In this case, Thousand Bones suggests during the evening's Bone Council fire. Thousand Bones then arranges for you a guest yurt to rest in. Has plenty of food and water delivered to the tent, and even stays with you sometime to partake the information I've already given to you about the camp. He's also eager to hear about your adventures since you recovered Geiken's body.
Things have become much worse in the city. And I fear if they continue in that way, they will spill out into the Cinderlands.
He asks, after you.
And you and your people may be the only ones that can prevent this from happening.
The most disturbing news is the Queen has been behaving very strangely, and during a recent upheaval, she was actually shot in the face with an arrow, which basically bounced off.
No, it's stuck. It's stuck. She just pulled it back out.
She just stuck in her face and she just pulled it out. Yeah.
I love that. It's the stuff doesn't want to talk about the Queen and much later, and then he asks you about your adventures. Isn't that the typical contradiction that there are a few of them in this book? But that's fine. Obviously, at that point, he nods and says, "This is definitely the type of thing that should be spoke about later," and leaves, and leaves you for time to rest until this evening's. I've lost what it was called. Bone Council fire. Therefore, you can basically the food is edible. The yurt is of reasonable size for the five of you to fit in, and calls you from the heat of the day with some time to rest and rest. This rest doesn't get her takes 24 hours rest to get your fatigue back, doesn't it? Spell casting. Other than that, you're okay. However, time to rest and reflect upon your adventure thus far into the Cinderlands means I get to do this.
Testing.
I heard that.
Yay!
Ooh,
Also yay!
we advanced.
So, Aki got to increase his spirit, Gastus gained Duelist 3, Leia gained Great Chi, Sassafras gained new powers, and Vorka gained Rage Prophet 2. My word.
I haven't decided on what powers yet, but isn't there a thing that if I'm studying a scroll at the time I gain new powers, I get that extra power free?
That is correct.
Oh, how nice. Let me go see
It's
what
actually,
scroll
I think it's technically a spell book, isn't it? You can learn them from. But so you've got Brieg's spell book that's got Blind, Bolt, Detect Arcana, Fear, Fly, Lower Trait, Protection, and Slumber. But I'll allow you to use a spell from a scroll you've got as well.
I've got the scroll of dispel, which I thought was kind of useful. So I'm going to take the spell as my freebie.
Yeah, every time you get new powers, you also get a cantrip as well.
Yes, you do gain a cantrip as well, don't forget. Every time you take the new powers edge, you gain a cantrip. So if you haven't already taken Minor Bolt, I think Minor Bolt is quite a good one. 2d4 damage for no power points.
Yeah. But it can't ever hit with a raise.
Well, give me a minute here. You guys go ahead, carry on with the game. I took the dispel as my free one because I have the scroll.
You are not the only guests. After some point after you ride the yes, perhaps where you're turning. Okay. As you're basically looking out as the day goes on, and you're looking out from the yurt, you see another visitor arrive. He seems to be slightly differently dressed to the others. You get the as luck would have it, I believe. Bones, I think, nearby. So here we go.
Why do this Corn Qua harbor Shamak trespassers? Tell me.
Hang on, I hit the wrong button there. Sorry, I did the wrong thing there. That's the right one. I did the wrong way around. On first, I think.
My friends, I come bearing news. A hero of the Sklar Qua, Trojan eats what he kills, has arrived in the camp. He is brash, but strong, and he seems to have taken interest in you. Why? I do not know, but he comes this way soon.
Here you go. Then now you get this one.
Why do this Corn Qua harbor Shamak trespassers? Tell me, Trojan, when did the Sklar Qua become judges of who trespasses on the Callow Mounds, where the ashes of our fathers lie? Your words change the question, Thousand Bones. These ones bring trouble to the Cinderlands, and you know it. The coming days shall reveal to us all who is right about them. Perhaps, but not today, and not here. Would you have word that Barak's burial was tainted by bloodshed? Get back to your sun shaman. You misunderstand me, Thousand Bones. My grief has wounded my words. But see to it that no shamak defiles our memories here. Certainly, though, guests of the Scorn Qua must be brave to come this far. You wouldn't mind if I tested the courage and strength of your guests, would you?
I'm sure he played a Klingon.
No, we can hear this going on. Is it just outside of our yurt?
It's basically pretty much yes.
Then I will step out of the yurt at that point, being all impulsive as I am, and say we would be more than happy for you to test our courage.
Would you like to make a common knowledge check before you?
Okay.
Only because I'll that might okay. You recognise the leather loop he's holding is a prop for a Shoanti game known as Shredna.
Dreadnought?
Shredna.
Shredna. Do I know what Shredna is?
Basically, yes. In Shredna, two contestants face one another on their hands and knees with their foreheads spaced just over 8 foot apart. A leather loop is placed around the competitors' heads like a headband, so the contestants are bound to one another. When the game begins, each contestant stares his opponent in the eye while slowly attempting to crawl backwards. The resulting tug of war results in extreme pain as the lever digs into the soft part at the back of the neck and skull.
Okay.
At some point, one of the competitors relents, acknowledging defeat by bowing his head, causing the strap to roll over the top. Games of Shredder typically last for mere seconds, but two evenly matched opponents might duel much longer. In such cases, standoffs occur frequently.
Perhaps the mighty Krojan eats what he kills would be interested in challenging one of us to a game of Shredner, I shall say.
Okay. I shall also point out,
and then play that adventure card.
in the Cinderlands, how Shredder is a sacred ritual and requires a bit more formality. Contests conducted in this way will last exactly 3 rounds, which is really weird because then later on it contradicts it. You also notice this is the reason why I added the decked out, because we actually have to do whole cards and stuff. So, obviously...
In which case, if there is a formal way to challenge to a game of Shredner, I'd like to make that part of the playing of the peace card, because for some reason Gastus knows the proper way to do the challenge.
That sounds fair to me. So it's going to be Gastus against Krojan.
Yeah, it's the fact he's used a tribal custom instead of having an argument. The estimation of the tribe is there. Oh, this guy's okay. It's not
Indeed. So,
I may actually get adopted from this.
what I shall do is...
This guy's not a tourist.
Okay, so... okay. When the Shredder... Okay. Before the start of the first round, give each competitor a whole card, face down. When the Shredder match begins, each contestant must spend 2 breaths, 2 rounds i.e., staring into each other's eyes before attempting to pull. Pulling before the 3rd round is immediate disqualification. Intimidation and patience are almost as important tools to win matches as is strength. On the 1st and 2nd rounds, the participants and bystanders who may want to get involved are dealt action cards as usual. They can perform most actions with a few exceptions noted below, except make a tug. That's reserved for the 3rd and final round. So tests. Distracted and vulnerable conditions incurred during the duel remain until the end of the 3rd round. A raise on a test doesn't shake a character, however. The attacker can either draw a new whole card for himself or force the opponent to randomly discard one of his. Ignore this if it's the last card. Everyone always finishes with at least 1 whole card. A critical failure when making or resisting a test also gives the foe an additional whole card. Bystanders can support the ally as usual. Testing a competitor's foe is frowned upon, and they even discredit the ally depending on how obvious it is, but it can be done. Allies don't get to affect either the duelist's whole card, however, and have no additional effect on the raise. The enemy isn't shaken by it. On the 3rd round, you don't deal action cards to competitors, deal bystanders in normally. Instead, both characters simultaneously reveal the whole card of their choice, usually the highest. That's the action card for this round to determine who goes first. If a character doesn't want to tug first, though, he can let the other go and try to interrupt him before he pulls. But a Joker doesn't automatically interrupt an action in a duel. It still, however, adds to the rolls as usual. So apparently you have the choices you can do on the 1st and 2nd round are dig in. You strengthen your stance and gain a +2 bonus on the next strength check to resist a tug. Or if... Okay, so that's apparently... You can't do a tug until the 3rd round. Characters may attempt opposed strength checks. If the tug-in character wins the check, the opponent is pulled off balance and is distracted. With a raise, he's pulled to the ground and loses. A character on hold can attempt to tug at the same time as the opponent. In this instance, the loser is pulled off balance or to the ground with a raise. If an attacker has 1 or more additional whole cards higher than his opponent's action card, he gains a +1 bonus to the strength check of his first tug. I'll tell you what happens if no one gets pulled over on the 3rd round for it. But anyway,
you probably just have to keep going with the post strength rolls until someone does.
I think you do, yeah. So that's how it works. So, Gastus, you go on. No, you get dealt cards as normal, don't you? So, apparently, Jiminy says let the bennies flow. So let's let the bennies flow. What I have to do now is open the deck box, and I need to deal 1 card to you, and I deal 1 card. Yeah, you obviously you know the little card icons at the bottom right hand corner will show you.
So can I spend a penny to redraw that?
No, it doesn't say you can.
Curses.
I know what card you got because it tells me. I couldn't work out a way to not tell me, but it doesn't matter. Deal 1 card to the GM. Okie dokie. For a bit of metagaming, I only just beat you. Okay, so on the first round, everyone gets dealt a card as usual. It says, doesn't it? So I need to add Krogan in. And there. Obviously, he's hostile, but he's not. Yeah.
I need to step away for about 5 minutes. I gotta go free the neighbor's cats.
It's not a problem. Okay, so, Shredder. Gastus got the Joker.
You think you can stand against me, little Samek? Hmm? Come on. Shoal Krogan eats what he kills. How strong a Shamek can be.
Okay.
Gastus is merely going to sort of settle and relax into things. I'd like to do this as an athletics test, if I may, just to kind of
Can we
look
roll
as
support?
You
look as
can,
relaxed
but you can roll support, but if he chooses to go first, none of you can support him.
Yes, they can, because their support roll will apply to the following round.
Exactly. I know that.
So
I
I'd
wasn't going to be that mean.
Yeah, I'd like to do an athletics test against him to just kind of roll my shoulders, get myself looking all relaxed. In a, he's been all and in your face, and I'm just going to take it nice and calmly and try and rile him up that way by just loosening everything, making myself all relaxed. Is that okay?
That sounds good to me. I'll let's target him. Make your athletics roll.
All right, so that's a raise, which means I get an extra whole card.
It is a raise, which means you do get an extra whole card. So I deal 1 card to this character.
And then I will make him distracted.
You will make him distracted. Okay.
And that stays in place, doesn't it, until the...
It does,
tug.
which it does. So I'm going to put that on 5 rounds for argument's sake. Okay. It's just Trojans go. Oh, okay. Right. I think you've made him a bit cross.
Oh dear.
He seems to have started to rage.
Oh dear.
Definitely Klingon.
So he's raging, which of course increases his strength. I think he's going to use his enhanced strength as a... Oh, hang on. He's got athletics D12. No, he's... Yeah. Yeah, he's going to use his strength. You can't use strength. Okay, he's going to attempt to intimidate you. He's raging in your face in a desperate attempt to intimidate you. Seems reasonable, doesn't it? Because you can't use strength as a test.
I think I might spend a penny on that.
I could still spend pennies as well, you know.
Oh yes, this is true.
Just to warn you. got a 10. I am going to spend one of the GM minis. No, okay, so he does not do anything towards you. Okay, Volker.
Gastus just remains calm.
Indeed.
Vorka's going to go over to Krojan and say, and ask, why do they call him Thousand Bones? I think he's only got about 200 in him. And basically, I'm going to make
don't forget being seen to attempt to distract the opponent in a game of Shredder is dishonorable.
Oh, is it? Oh, I thought it was, if it was one of those. Okay. Well, then I won't do that.
It was very good, though. Don't get me wrong. I really liked it. I did like it. I thought it was very good. I'm going to award you a Benny because I really liked what you put there. And I feel awful having to actually say it, but...
oh, well. Okay.
Yeah.
So no honor doing it that way.
Yeah, testing a competitor is frowned on. As long as doesn't mean you can't do it. You just mustn't be obvious or get caught doing it. And walking up to him and asking him something, he rates a bit obvious.
Yeah, that would be very obvious. Yeah. Okay, in that case, I'm going to use occult to give Gastus a chant that he can do that will make him focused a little better on this.
Okay. That's a +1. Oh no, it's a race. +2.
Zabanaki Urak Nakto Urak Nakto Jawi Algo Dandapur.
Oh wait, you guys saw that movie?
Sorry, I skipped you because I thought you were still AFK. Do you want to take an action, Sassarus? Yes, over to you. We can always come back to Sassarus before the end of the round.
Right, okay.
What am I allowed to do?
Support. Well, you can either surreptitiously nobble Krojan eats what he kills, but if you get caught, it's dishonourable and could have long-term effects. Or you can support Gastus.
I'd rather support Gastus.
Okay.
Can I do this support him?
Yeah. What do you want to do to support him? I'm going to quarten down now. Krojan, he's a bit loud, isn't he?
Would a telekinetic push against his opponent be so obvious as to be considered interference?
You would have to cast a spell to do that, wouldn't you? Which would require somatic and verbal movements, so people might notice you're casting the spell.
Okay, then I won't do that. No, I'll just pass on it. I don't want to mess him up.
Okie dokie, Thaddeus.
So his support role is what, +2 at the
+2.
minute?
2 at the moment. If you and Leia to go, you can. All you need is you don't even need a raise as long as you both get a success. Yeah, that's just his maximum.
Oh wait, backing up a little bit, can I let Rudy fly among the Watchers? Because he's kind of unique in this world with the butterfly wings. And if he stirs up enough of a hum, it might be distracting without being obviously trying to distract him. Because I wouldn't send it up against the guy, just among the people watching.
You can send Ruti out. It should be pointed out, Krojan's already been distracted by Gastus, but and you can send him up. I'll certainly allow that. Next round he can buzz around and we'll see if it annoys Krojan. Sounds good to me. Thaddeus.
He's not trying to annoy Krojan, he's just trying to get the crowd humming and whispering and that.
Yeah, no, understood. No problem at all. That's good.
Righty-ho. Yeah, I have to persuade on a D4, I think. I don't know. Bully's head off! Bully's head off!
I'm afraid, Larry, there's not a lot you can do to support Gaster, seeing as he's maxed out at +4, but unless you want to go on hold and
But
give him
Leah
support.
could do a provocative dance behind the thingy, and that might make him very vulnerable to it, I think.
Again, that would be
Well,
deemed dishonourable.
She's just having a dance. If a guy wants to watch her not watch Garcius, it's its own fault.
Well, I could do it as a cheerlead to Gastus, but if I'm stood behind Gastus so I'm in the eye line of the other guy, I could make my moves a little more provocative than they need to be, and therefore look very innocent while doing it, yet be very distracting.
Again, I will point out he's currently permanently distracted. That's the only problem.
That's a very good point.
You could make him permanently vulnerable, though.
Yeah.
But could her role be an anti-support?
Yeah, something like
She
that.
give him a penalty?
I would argue doing anything in his eye. Well, actually, he's meant to be staring. I would argue you'd have to be very careful, and some people may well think what you were doing was trying to
Okay, what about-
distract.
Can I say something quietly to somebody, but just loud enough for him to hear, that's intended to piss him off, so that he's too angry and not actually using logic at all?
Yeah, go on then. What are you going to say?
I'm going to say,
And who are you saying it to?
whichever member of my party is closest, because that looks less suspicious.
Okay.
That's Sassafras. I'm going to say, I really think he needs some prunes in his diet. I'm thinking those veins popping out in his forehead are symptomatic of some severe constipation.
I would have thought his groaning and grunting would have been an indication of
Oh dear.
Yeah, exactly.
I think someone in the crowd really did notice what you did there. Okay, spirit check on his part. He is distracted. Would distraction apply to a spirit check? I don't think it would it? Okay.
Why wouldn't it?
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to think ins and outs. Yeah, I can see it could or shouldn't. I'm going to spend a Benny on it. Spend one Benny. He is raging right now, so. Yeah, you obviously didn't hear it. Unfortunately, it probably did get to him. It probably did get to him, but he's grunting too loud to actually pay it of any mind. Trojan gets to go first. Okie dokie. What he is going to do, he is going to dig in.
Okay, so he just gets a flat +2. Is digging in cumulative?
On the next strength check, it doesn't say either way.
Because if I make him vulnerable, that's exactly the same as digging in, because it's a +2 to my next action against him. So the only need to get raised is for getting more whole cards. So I suppose there is.
If you click on the dice option,
of course I've got all the bonus I
you
need
can turn them on or
at
off.
the moment. So it would be better if they went on hold and then let me do something and then supported me again. I'll just have to hope they think of that.
Sassafras is up.
Sassafras is gonna whisper to Rudy, and Rudy's gonna go flitting through the crowds, flowing up, showing off his pretty butterfly wings on a dragon that nobody's ever seen before, just in an effort to make a distraction. That, to get the crowd buzzing, which would draw the guys' attention, because they're supposed to be there worshiping him, right? Or watching him.
Okay, let's have Ruti make an athletics check. That's fine. Didn't crit fail, that's the main thing. Unfortunately, basically one of Krojan's followers, as Ruti starts flying around and buzzing and everything, one of Krojan's followers just happens to sort of stretch his arms up with his shield arm up, and Ruti sort of clunks into it and lands and basically stops buzzing around at that point. And the follower looks over at you lot, and they then make sure Ruti isn't deeply hurt. He's just doesn't want his leader disturbed, but at the same time he doesn't want to hurt such a cute little dragon. Leia.
Oh my god, did you hurt him? He's just a baby.
The guy's already making sure he's okay. In fact, I'm going to say you even see a glow of healing encasing Ruti, as obviously a hardly muttered prayer makes sure Ruti is uninjured. Rather than laugh.
Cuddle Rudy and cradle him and tell him, you stay under my cloak where you're safe.
Leia.
Go on, hold.
GM gets a Benny because he's been told to take one. Vorka!
Vorka will go on hold until Gastus is gone.
Okay. I'll put Leia on hold and Vorka on hold. That brings us to Gastus.
So Gastus is, now that Gastus is kind of calm and centered, and Krojan is fully raging, Gastus is just going to slowly open his eyes, and still continuing the chant that Vorka gave him, he's just going to watch Krojan for not so much any weak spots, because the guy looks like he's built like a ceramic defecatorium, but more for where he might be slightly off balance and where Gastus will be best to try and angle the way that he pulls in a notice test against him, as an attempt to make him vulnerable as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got +4 bonus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, is it one whole card for a raise, or is it one whole card per raise?
Just says one whole card.
Okay, so that'll be a whole card then, and I will make him vulnerable with this one.
Okay. That just leaves Leia, Vorka, and Thaddeus to go. I know Leia and Vorka were on hold until Gastus action, so Thaddeus, over to you.
Thaddeus, over to you. So he has had his support role, hasn't he? So we will support him again.
Indeed, that's why Vorka and Leia put themselves on hold.
Yes, I'm going to. Yeah. God, I'm doing all right with persuasion skill, and I consider I've only got a D4.
That's +2.
Billy's head off. Billy's head off. Billy's head
Leia and
off.
Vorka, what are you up to?
Element of false insecurity. Billy's head off.
I'm just going to say, I can speak to Gastus, that's not against the rules, right?
Agreed.
I'm going to say, Gastus, you've got this. I know you have. You need no help from me. There's no way you could lose. And that's to try and increase his confidence by me having confidence in him, and I'm going to use persuasion roll.
Go for it.
Actually, one moment. I look hot doing it.
That's 2 persuasion rolls for the duration of the current scene. Brilliant.
There you go.
It's the maximum +4, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's your
Right.
max,
So
isn't
at this point, I play that card.
Crying out loud.
you know what? We have to set up a sound effect so when somebody plays that card that goes chicken chicken bow wow.
So I'll now take another action with +4 bonus before Vorka gets a chance to do any extra support.
Such a beardy move.
He's good at Beardy.
It's a beer dead move rather than beardy, I promise you. So
In that case, I think what I'm going to have to do at this point, mind you, because obviously you've already made it distracted and vulnerable. I'm going to execute my ability. I'm going to execute my ability that NPCs are allowed to have 1 point of conviction and spend Trojans.
okay, that sounds good. So this is
I'm
going
not
to be.
expecting to lose, but I'm just going to make it fun for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, well, since Gastus clearly knew about what this game was, he's going to think about everything that he knows about it from the few Shoanti he's seen in Korvosa and what they do, and try and work out when Krogan is likely to make his move, to see if he can get any further advantage over him with a common knowledge test against the way that Krogan is twitching and such like. Oh. Well, since he had his conviction in that, I think I'm going to put a Benny on that, you know. And you know what? If he's using conviction, I think we need to get make sure we have good faith with this tribe. So I think I'll put my conviction onto it as well. And that was only an 8, which is just no good. So we're going to spend another Benny.
No, wait, I'm not re-rolling. You're still building a 9. But if I do spend a Benny, if you do spend a Benny, I will take the 15. I mean, if I do spend a Benny.
Oh, this is not good. We need to get another raise on this guy. So we're going to keep throwing bennies at this, I think.
Oh, you're just trying to get another whole card, aren't you?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Well, your 17 beats his 9, and even if I spend a Benny with a bit of metagaminess, which I will spend the Benny, even though I know the result, I get a 15, you win and get a whole card. How's that?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okie dokie. Right, the final round begins. So,
Vorka's going to take his action.
Sorry, Krogan.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry, Vorka. I apologise. Yes, you are. Go for it.
It's okay. Vorka is going to point out to Gastus, or he needs to move that hand just a little bit. I'm going to make an athletics check,
Go for it.
basically, to support him.
Wish there was a way to show
Thank
your
you.
cards,
Thank you.
but I don't think there is. So, cool.
So,
I mean, I know what
+1.
cards you got because I can see it, but you can play them by actually dragging the card into chat.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got enough. Let's see if we can get the raise there. Is that it? Yeah. There. +2.
So I've got a +2. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. The final round begins. He's definitely getting riled up, isn't he? Okay. Play your whole
He's
card.
getting something, that's for sure.
So I drag it into chat. Yes.
Just drag the card into chat. Yes, it should count as playing it. So you're going to play the Queen of Diamonds, which if I go to the combat tab, I can then drag the Queen of Diamonds onto you, Gastus, and then I'll play the only whole card Krogan has, Four of Spades.
Well, hey, only just better than mine then, as you said.
Yeah, exactly. But obviously, you did rather well. You're playing King the Queen of Diamonds. So here we go. You are starting. You have the choice. Do you tug or do you go on hold?
I am going to go on hold. And hang on. So if the tugging character wins the check, his opponent is pulled off balance, is distracted with the raise, and is distracted with the raise, he's pulled to the ground and loses. Character on hold can attempt to tug at the same time as the opponent. In this instance, the loser is pulled off balance or to the ground with a raise.
Yeah, I should have. Yeah.
is what you said.
Yes.
So I'm making notes. Is that about right? So is there any difference to going on hold or not then?
As far as I can tell, there isn't.
So if there's no difference to going on hold, I might as well just tug then.
You can let the other go and try and interrupt before he pulls. See, hold yourself. But a joker doesn't. Yeah. Tug. If the tugging character interjectly pulling and it's pulled off balance, the character can go on hold, attempt to tug at the same time. In this case, the loser is pulled off balance to the ground with a race. Ah. Okay, yeah, I see. I suppose, yeah. Oh, the only difference is you pull them over on their turn, not your turn, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go for it.
So I think I will just try and tug him.
Okay, so that's a strength check.
I've got 2 whole cards better than his.
Yep. So it gives you a +2. You got a
I've
+2 from Walker.
Yep. And the vulnerable should kick in on the opposed check anyway, shouldn't it?
Does vulnerable apply to? Yes, it would do. I've turned it off, so give you a +2. I've turned off you targeting because it won't do opposed strength checks, and we'll do it manually.
Right.
So give yourself a +6 modifier.
Yeah.
Getting very angry now. Well, I didn't mean to move it onto our genius. Are you happy with a 26?
I think I'm going to stick with the 26, yes.
Okay. Trojan has to get at least a 23 to not lose. And he will obviously spend a penny on that. I'm not going to spend too many. I'll just spend the 1. Okay. You pull him over.
Oh. That was rather easy.
You pull like an aurochs dam in heat, little Shamak. Well done!
I will stand up and walk over to him and offer him my hand to pull him to his feet.
Okie dokie. Congratulations. I will take the infections note and remove it. I don't need that anymore. And it's time to create a new note, which I'm going to share.
Ooh.
I'm hoping it's going to have something in it soon.
Respect points.
Ooh.
So, we played the peace card, got some respect.
Find out what it means to me.
And then he beats him.
How many did he get?
Okay, for losing, if it's a draw, he says nothing, and you gain 2. If you beat, you toss it to the ground. Okay. You gain 3 respect points for beating Crozian in a friendly game of Shredder.
Do we get anything for the peace card, out of interest?
Our cards in all hands, and therefore we don't need the. That's all I needed decked out for, just for that game of Shredder. No, you don't.
Avoided the question.
You don't actually.
Mind. Fair enough.
I did use the peace card to ignore some more blatant attempts at cheating there. I will say that.
Right. Okay.
Namely, provocatively dancing in the eyesight of the opponent and things like that.
I didn't do the provocative dancing.
I know, but you suggested it. Don't worry, I'm only joking. Right. With that out of the way, it is time for the Bone Council Fire. Oh, I've got a picture of One Life as well. There's One Life, the chief. As night falls, Thousand Bones invites you to join him at the center of the camp. The majority of the other Shoankar retire early to their tents out of respect for the Bone Council Fire. The only people present are Thousand Bones, Chief One Life, Ash Dancer, and yourselves, and basically your allies. So
Go. You can find it.
Now I need a terrible. Right. Let's turn on the Bone Council mood music. Okay. Really made a mistake here. I should have laid these out earlier, so I might give it in the wrong order, but that's absolutely fine. During the council, both One Life and Ash Dancer remain quiet, letting Thousand Bones do all the talking. As Thousand Bones speaks, Ash Dancer sprinkles the fire with a greenish-brown herbal dust from a weathered pouch. A few minutes later, the fumes encapsulate anyone who remains by the fire. The effect causes a slight blurring of the vision, and a feeling of... So, I'm going to see if...
Gastus is going to breathe in deep. This is the kind of thing that Caden Kylian highly approves of.
That's am I, although the feeling of what got cut off by Discord. Feeling of what?
Ease.
I see.
Yeah,
He threw
man.
weed on the fire.
Just like chill out, yeah.
Feeling of ease, like as in ease are good, Ebenezer good.
No, feeling your munchies, I reckon.
Right. I've got the lovely sound effects, but I can't work out which one's which, so I might just do it myself. Earning respect, history, legendary. Let's try that one.
Or perhaps you could perform the same
No.
tasks as the heroes of old.
Maybe it's none of them. Okay, no, I'm not going to bother. So you have already done my people a great favor by returning the body of one of our warriors. I sense now that you come to ask something in return. Yet know that by asking this, you are helping us all. The Shoankara are peaceful people, yet we are also shunned by our kin. Our willingness to mix with the Shamek shames many of my brothers and sisters in the other Quath. Only their respect for our tradition of guarding and protecting the dead of all Shoanti keeps them from open hostility against us. My words do not reach their ears when I warn them of Queen Iliosa and her rise in power. They hear tales of the city in flames, of its king dead, of a disease ravaging its people, and they see this as a just punishment for a hated enemy. My people do not see that a greater threat is growing in this turmoil. And now you come to me with concerns, seeking the aid of my people. Speak of what you wish of the Shoanti, and perhaps we may find our needs answered.
The Queen of Korvosa is doing terrible things to her people. And once the city itself is fully under her thumb, there is no doubt that she will turn her eyes away from the city to the surrounding lands. But it is not just the Queen's hunger for power that is the problem. We are led to believe that her new crown may have been formed from the fangs of an ancient dragon named, was it Kazavon?
I think so.
Named Kazavon. And the spirit of that dragon is infusing her, granting her power, and possibly even controlling her. Legends speak that the Shoanti once faced the dragon Kazavon, smote his ruin and buried it beneath the pyramid that the city of Korvosa now surrounds. We have come to you in the hope that the wisdom of the Shoanti that laid the dragon low still survives, and we might use it to defeat the machinations of the Queen.
Indeed. We'll pretend you mentioned the nice teeth bit as well, but only because I know he's going to say it and I can't control what he says. But yes, obviously, you obviously mentioned Kazavon, that's okay.
You have already done my people a great favor.
Oh, that's the one I was looking for earlier.
The body of one of our warriors.
Okay, I'm not going to bother with his. I'm not going to bother with him talking.
In return, yet know that by asking for this, you are helping us all.
I'll leave that one alone. That's sent to me the history of the Shoanti, so that's useless. I'm going to ignore it all and just do it this way. So I give up. It's got a much deeper voice than me. I just wish I could pull it off. My people dwelt where your people live now, not so long ago. We remained there for many, many generations. But across the centuries, my people have always kept the lore of our ancestors in mind, passing knowledge to the new generations. Yet when Chelex came to us with war and drove us to the Cinderlands so many years ago, we fought and died. And many of those who died took this lore to their graves. However, this one might work.
My people dwelt where your people live now,
I give
not
up.
so long ago.
I'll let him
remained
talk.
there for many, many generations.
Yeah,
But
back
across
to
the
Labour.
centuries, my people have always kept the lore of our ancestors in mind, passing knowledge to the new generations. Yet when Cheliax came to us with war,
Cheliax, see, I've got
drove us to the
pronunciation wrong.
Cinderlands so many years ago, we fought and died. And many of those who died took this lore to their graves. The name Midnight's Teeth is unfamiliar to me, but the name Kazavon is not entirely so. It is a name associated with a great and ancient evil, and many Shoanti believe to repeat such a name aloud is to preserve the evil. This, coupled with the deaths of so many lore keepers, has sequestered the knowledge I suspect you seek in the minds of a rare few. The Sun Shamans of the Sklar Kwa. They alone preserve this history of the Shoanti time in the lands you now call Korvosa. But they do not readily share this with Shamek, or fellow Shoanti, for that matter. Yet if you were to build your names among my people, to earn proper respect, even the eldest of the Sun Shamans would agree to provide the knowledge you desire.
You see, his voice is much more impressive than mine.
How might we earn the respect of the Sklarquar?
So, I know there's a fair few, so let's try this one first.
Or perhaps you could perform the same tasks
No.
as the heroes of
Okay, I'm
old.
just doing it myself. I give
The
up.
story of
So,
Skrull comes
oh yeah, that's actually a good one, actually. So, actually, there's a good one here. Become an enemy's now harassed. It is one thing to defeat an enemy in battle, but it is another to earn that enemy's respect. Basically, makes me smile. There's a section of the adventure that's all set up to basically how you can become someone's now harassed. But because of the way it got rewritten at some point, you can't actually become the now harassed before you have to have already got enough respect points to not need them. So we won't worry too much about that one, other than a pure native thing. So yeah. You could, however, try the second one, which I keep trying to play by mistake, and this is a good one.
Or perhaps you could perform the same tasks as the heroes of old. The story of Skurak comes to mind. If you do not falter at the thought of being eaten by a great beast, I can tell you the tale.
Eaten by a great beast, you say?
Skurak was a great warrior and a traitor to the Sklarkwa. He slew his brother, a man of even greater courage. To the Sklarkwa, this family is purity. Crimes against family are the greatest one can commit. Though Skurak claimed the death was an accident that occurred while he and his brother were hunting, others spoke of murder spawned of jealous rage. Skurak was declared a Shamek by the Shun Shaman and cast out. But before Skurak left, he said he would be born again and return to the tribe. This he did. He went to the killing grounds of the great Cindermore, the clan eater. Skurak walked up to the beast carrying only his dagger. Without fear, he dove into the beast's mouth and cut his way out. He returned to his clan and declared that he had been reborn and he had left his misdeeds behind in the cleansing fire of Cindermore's belly. The legend says the Shun Shaman accepted this and Skurak's time as a Shamek spoken of. That's an option.
Gaustus is going to be very quiet at this one. The idea of being swallowed by a giant worm and fighting your way out of the inside sounds way too Guardians of the Galaxy for him. Not that he knows what Guardians of the Galaxy is.
It should be pointed out, of course, this was done long before that.
Indeed it was, yes, but...
Maybe someone remembered it and decided to give it to Drek.
On the other hand,
that sounds
Mork
right
is
up
sitting there
Morgan's
kind of
street.
nodding, like, yeah, this I can do this.
Okay, another option.
If not, perhaps you could seek the blessing of a truth speaker. They are one who has lived many lives without lie, and who achieves the gift of speaking only truth after the decades spent in chastity, self-control, and introspection. There is only one that has roamed the Cinderlands in these days, a man named Akram, who lives among the Lirun Kwa. Although I cannot say if he still lives or would agree to endorse you. But if he were to stand at your side before the Sun Shaman, the Shaman would know that you are earnest and true.
There you go.
Well, that sounds better than being worm food.
Yep. Spells and Bones only knows of the one living true speaker in the Cinderlands, a man named Akram, who lives among the Lirun Kwa. He knows not if Akram still lives or if he would agree to endorse you, however. If you go before the he said that bit. It basically, if Akram the truth speaker still lives, you would find him. I'm going to open back up the map. I think I want to make sure these places I'm telling you can find on the map. Second, images, map. I don't care. Not Harrow Texture Lux. Let's map the custom map of the Cinderlands. Yeah. So, there you go. You've got Lin Kwa territory all the way over there. There you are. Yeah, the House of the Moon is where Akram would be found. Firstly, you have other options.
It is also true the Shoanti place worth on bravery. In ancient times, we were kept as slaves by the thrall keepers. Though they are gone, their ruins remain, and many tried to prove their bravery within one in particular. I can tell you where it is, although I never dared enter. Within you can earn the Thrall Keeper's mark, a 7-pointed star that grants strange magical powers and the respect of the Shoanti.
Let's not go there.
Does anyone want to make an occult check at -4 to see if you recognise what a 7-pointed star is?
I wonder.
I know players do, but your characters might not.
I have no clue. Hey, I'll make the roll anyway, just for a laugh.
Well, you still got your conviction game, but I'll allow that this once.
I haven't, but okay.
I know some people do, right?
Hey, got scored a -4.
It doesn't matter if you don't know. It'd be rather more realistic if you're quite happy to go into get a 7-pointed star mark upon you.
You said occult at -4.
Occult at -4, yes.
I'm feeling lucky.
None of you have any idea what that is, but if you want to, he gives you directions that you recognise as the Acropolis of the Thrall Keepers, and then he speaks yet again.
Finally, you could perhaps earn permission from the Sklarqua to take the trial of the totem. If you were to survive this test, even the most intolerant of that tribe would be forced to admit you deserve respect.
And what exactly is the trial of the totem?
I think that's what it is. It's a test of endurance and strength. It takes 3 days. You basically you head out to a site in the Cinderlands, a site known as Bolt Rock, small mesa, spiritual significance to the Sun Clan. It's a plateau that sits about 30 feet above the surrounding plain. There, for 3 days and nights, you would ensure that you keep your totem upright. If your totem has fallen and broken by the 3rd day, you fail the test. That just basically spend 3 days and 2 nights ensuring a rather large rock totem doesn't topple over.
With other people coming and trying to knock it over and beasts and no.
No one.
No, it's just staying awake for 3 days.
Yeah.
So respect points. Okay, none of you. So, okay.
So,
you can also you can you can also make some common knowledge checks, everyone, as well.
We need to do one or more of these things.
Well, basically, you understand the fact that obviously you've got to gain the respect of the Shoanti people. You need to gain enough respect.
So we can go and get swallowed by some kind of giant sandworm and fight our way out of its belly, which Vorka's keen to do, and that's over there. We can make an enemy respect us, which we may or may not be able to do yet. We can go to the Sklarquar and get them to test us in a test of endurance and staying awake from 3 days. We can go to the Lyroon Quar and see if we can persuade, is it their truth speaker to, or is that at the House of the Moon?
The truth speaker is at the House of the Moon,
which is all the way up there.
It's the furthest away place.
Yeah, or we can go and seek out a thing we don't know is a Sihedron in the Acropolis of the Thrall Keepers.
That doesn't sound too bad.
In
I think
addition,
the first or the last.
but the point is, you've got to earn enough respect points. In addition, and by the way, as the GM, I don't tell how many you need. I just tell you how many you've got. In addition, because you made your common knowledge checks, you also know that you can collect and present trophies. An excellent way to build respect. Trophies must be harvested from particularly dangerous creatures and must be presented to a Shoanti elder or shaman in public within a week of the completed task.
If only we chop the heads off the wyverns.
You will earn 1 respect point per trophy presented in this manner, for a maximum of 10. Trophies beyond this point will be appreciated, but will obviously still be respected and everything, but won't gain you any additional respect points. Appropriate creatures include powerful orcs, giants, dragons, magical beasts, and known criminals and enemies of the Shoanti.
Criminals?
Criminals. You can also beating quest or okay. Also, basically, I will actually say, in hindsight, having forgot about the risk, I will say because it actually paying adhering to customs and respects and stuff does earn you points. So therefore, playing the peace card will give you 1 point.
Hooray!
Um,
Well, Vorka wants to get swallowed by a worm.
okay.
And was I right that Thaddeus likes the idea of going to the Acropolis?
Likewise, it does say you can also earn respect points by completing quests or comporting yourselves in particularly Shoanti ways. And the numerous social encounters that follow, the amount of respect points is down to me. Losing respect points. Failing a quest does not cost you any respect points you have already earned, since the Shoanti know and understand that failure on a first attempt does not guarantee failure on the following attempt. However, public disrespect of a Shoanti elder or unwarranted assault against any Shoanti person will cause you to lose respect.
I'm totally into the idea of going killing bad things and getting trophies. I'd be good at that.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
It should also be pointed out you can be so you can lose so much respect you can go into negative numbers.
Let's not do that.
So there we go.
Well,
You'll currently have 4 respect points at this time.
Gastus's suggestion, based on what's been said so far, is that we travel back to Kaer Marga, spend a nice night in an inn underneath a proper roof with a proper meal, and then we can go to Cinderbore's hunting grounds, and Vorka can try and cut his way out from the belly of a worm, and we can kill things potentially along the way, though we do only have a week to present trophies to one of the Shoanti. Then we could go to the Acropolis and make our way back through Lyroon Qua territory and Sklar Qua territory. What do folks think of that?
Sounds fine to me.
I mean, if you're going to go to Cindermore, we could head north to House of the Moon and then go visit all these places on the way back.
I
Let's go to the
kind of
city
got
first.
lost there. How long do I have to wait to get swallowed?
Only as long as it takes to find the worm.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad.
So
where
make sure
do we look for the worm?
the worm is to the west. Now, in order to attract the worm, you need to walk with rhythm. So you want to talk to Leah.
There you go. So it was about 48 miles if you left the Callowlands and headed straight to the City of Strangers. If you want to follow Thaddeus' suggestion, it's 195 miles.
Let's go to the city first, please.
Yes, I mean go to the city and then we'll go to. I think there's a. I mean, I don't want to be swallowed with the worm, but if it gives Vorka kicks, and fair enough.
Oh, there you go.
It makes a change. It makes a change for him swallowing worms, for a worm to swallow him, I suppose. So, yeah, we go to Cindermore's feeding ground, but then I was going to say go to House of the Moon and then just go through each place on the way back. I'm assuming that what's Flame Lord?
Flame Ford, I think.
Right.
Mind you, if we wanted an impressive trophy, I believe there's a creature called the Black Magga that lives in the Storval Deep. We could just go and fish for that.
No,
Okay,
it's too far south. Isn't it?
west.
Oops,
I
too
thought you
far
wanted to
away.
visit the
Covers
place
both.
called Fort Rannoch, Thaddeus.
Aye, that's aye, but it's still south of Fort Rannoch, is it not?
It's north of Fort Rannoch.
Is it? I don't know. I've never been here before. Yeah. Let's go. Proper beds,
And then get eaten by a worm.
and then get eaten by a worm.
So how many days?
Thousand Bones says he has no intention of sending you into the Cinderlands on your quest, alone or unarmed. He calls forth 4 brave young Skoanqua Bone Slayers, introducing them as Ahalak, Hargrave, Nalmid, and Shadfra. These 4 are to be your guides through the Cinderlands and shall lead you where you need to go. So added them combat tracker, so obviously people can. You can let me know which one of the 4 you wish to adopt. Just to
Let me guess. If we get them killed, we lose respect.
Okay. In addition, they will be witnesses to your deeds, and their word will aid in spreading respect wherever you travel in the Cinderlands. Finally, of course, as you guessed, the Boneslayer survival side, despite many dangers, will prove your ability and interest in protecting the Shoanti allies when time comes to speak to the Sun Shaman. Obviously, yeah. In addition, Thousand Bones presents an array of helpful items. Could be... Yes.
I would not send you into the Cinderlands alone or unarmed. These 4 bone slayers, Ahalak, Hargav, Nalmid, and Shadfar, will be your guides. Likewise, they will serve as witness to your deeds, and their word will aid in spreading respect for you where you travel. I also present these gifts to you. Do not concern yourself with compensation. I had suspected for some time you would need my help. These items are nothing to me, but they may be everything to you.
Horrible failing. Okay.
I'll happily take one of the Shoanti as an ally.
Okay. Well, that's absolutely fine. It should be pointed out from a metagaming perspective that until you gain enough respect of the bone slayers that travel with you, there's obviously a certain number of respect points. The bone slayers will only basically fire their bows from covered positions. If one of them is intact in melee, they will come to the aid of the other bone slayers, but not yourselves. Once you gain enough respect, they will respect enough of any tactics you want. But at the moment, although I'll let you control them, you'll remain. I'll let you control them. It makes my life easier. Now, what I'm trying to find.
That's only shoots from range from cover. Because you get up there.
There. I knew it was there. I just didn't have the link for it.
Wait a minute. If they get killed, not only do we lose respect, right, but we lose our witnesses as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So you want to keep them alive.
So has anybody actually taken anyone yet, or not?
You haven't actually taken anyone specifically yet, no. Okay, I'm just about to.
I want to take the guy that craps at a distance.
Huh?
That's Shadfar.
Shadfar.
Oh, I can't pick them up anyway.
No, you can't. But I shall. If you wish to take one as an ally, I shall.
I'll
do
have
so.
Ahalek.
So
Okay.
why don't you just put them all in the party sheet?
I'll take Nelman.
That's a good. Oh yeah, I forget how these things work.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's almost like we designed it that way that you could put everything in the party sheet, and then the players can say to the players sort it out.
There you go. That didn't. Well, it didn't do anything.
Nelman's
did.
there.
Yeah,
Nelman's
he's
there
there twice now.
Although there's a duplication bug that only appears in your game and nobody else's.
Okay. Yeah, interesting. After I dragged the first one, it won't let me drag any of the others.
Maybe once someone's
they all have
taken.
the
Oh
same
no, there
stat.
they are.
No. But
Oh, there they are.
But then, if I drag, that was this for an interesting bug. If I click, I've obviously got the party sheet to the right of the combat tracker. So if I drag them off the combat tracker straight right to the party sheet, nothing happened. If I drag them down
Because
off the combat tracker and then right,
They're not supposed to be on the combat tracker at all. So you drag them from your NPCs to the party sheet, right? That's it.
anyway, you've taken the three of you have taken.
When a player takes them off the party sheet, puts them in his character sheet, and then you click add all allies, then they appear in the right order in the combat tracker all by themselves.
There you go. Add allies.
Well, I was able to grab the one I wanted. So.
Yep, that's absolutely fine. So there you are. You have them now. be honest, it probably says in their bloody notes how many
Holy
respect points, but
hell.
I don't care. It says on there. I'm not going to complain. Basically, it doesn't bother me that you now know that you need 10 respect points. It's easy because it sees it there, and obviously, yeah, you lose 1d4 points if they die. Pretend that that's obviously explained to you. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask 200 bones if
200 points.
if there's some sort of special meaning behind the colors of the paint.
I don't know if there is, if I'm honest. I think it's to do with. I think it's actually the color of the paint is actually part. The paint color is probably decided by the ingredients to actually the effect of them, if that makes sense. Because as you can see there, it's the red one is fire resistance. The silver one is obviously like increases parry. So I'm going to argue that would be. I would say that's probably like simulating the. Weapons might be. Yeah, might be simulating weapons. But anyway, the items in the party sheet are there for you to take.
Well, I doubt the wands will last very long.
So far, Vorka's taken some red war paint, some silver war paint, and a potion of healing. That still leaves 4 potions of minor heating, 2 Shoanti war paint red, 1 Shoanti war paint silver, 1 wand to create food and water. Very useful in the desert, and 1 wand of endure elements.
I want the wands. I want the wands. You guys can have the paint. They would all clash with my green hair anyway.
Because they're unidentified, but they shouldn't be unidentified. Show up.
Oh, I will take some. I'll take some red war paint then. There's me
Can you see
there it
that
is.
red with my hair? Really? I can't do that.
Dum 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 dum.
Sassafras, you're not supposed to put it in your hair.
Well, Leia's going to have a problem, then, isn't she?
There are areas
Well,
of my body that. Never mind.
That's kind of a special case. I'm talking about Sassafras is talking about putting it in her hair and how it's not going to match.
I wasn't talking about putting it in my hair. Even if I put it on my face or anywhere else, it's going to clash with my hair.
Don't worry, Sassafras. You're not nearly that stylish.
Black, blue, green, orange, red, silver, white, yellow. There's quite a few other war paints out there. Okay.
Well, if nobody else wants the potions, I will happily take them. And if nobody else wants the last pot of red war paint, I'll take that as well. But I wouldn't want to grab too much.
Well, I took the wands. I'm not shy.
I've taken a potion and some paint.
Obviously, having some guys that understand the Cinderlands will give you some information.
That's helpful. Flask trees. Very useful. I suppose there's more to this wilderness than meets the eye then.
Indeed. So, when you're ready to head out,
I'm gonna ask our guides to teach me the native names for the things as well. I'm probably not going to be able to pick up the full Shoanti language, but if they're giving us, they name things using these
I think
Varisian translations. I'll see if I can get the Shoanti name as well.
I was looking for it. I knew someone had it, but he wasn't here. Vorka, he actually gets the choosing as Vorka's choosing. He got the paladin because I know you missed the choosing Vorka. Not that it matters because you haven't missed out because it can potentially apply. Your choosing can potentially apply numerous times because obviously it's related to a certain individual. And as soon as I say this, it will give that away, but that's not a problem. But actually, if Vorka had happened to take part in the game Shredder, his wouldn't need renewing.
Well,
That broke up. I didn't hear any of it.
basically, he's saying Gastus being impulsive got in the way of Vorka getting free conviction.
But as I said, because the Vorka is the chosen one in all conflicts dealing with a certain Shoanti warrior. Telling Vorka that, so he's more likely to remember that than the rest of me.
Well, let's make for Kermarga. I'm looking forward to a stone wall and a shingled roof.
For a little bit more bit of fun.
Strange things you miss.
For a little bit more bit of fun, Gastus, you sort of felt like sort of a shiver or something go through your body when the Acropolis of the Thrall Keepers was.
In a good way or a not good way?
Well, as in, it's me being you got despite you, and you're the chosen one in the Acropolis. At the Acropolis, Leia, the Trial of the Totem is the one that basically.
Which one's that?
That's the staying awake for 3 days balancing stones one.
Ah, okay. Well, it's a good job I'm a dancer. I'm good at balance.
Thaddeus and Aki, unfortunately, I will have to check. And Sassafras, none of the upcoming respect-earning things directly relate to being the chosen one, but they could possibly be indirectly related. So there we go.
Oh well, I'm sure later on we'll find out what it means to be respect.
Indeed. Okay, so I've got all over the place. I don't need the quick map anymore. I'll close that one. Cinderland Flora. I'll that one minimised because you guys that may be useful later on. And the map of the Cinderlands. So
Let's travel.
you are there. Off you go. Oh, before you do that, I spent a fair bit of time being in a module, so I'm going to we're in hot desert. Hot desert. Okay, precipitation. So today it's
Not
no,
raining.
it's not raining, but there is cloud cover, which means there will be shadows.
Mm-hmm. Can our guides do a group survival roll to help us and help Aki forage en route?
It's sweltering. Unfortunately, it's a sweltering heat of a day, though. And windy. So obviously, yeah. Obviously, although there's no rain, there's high winds blowing dust and crap, and obviously hot air. So it's a swelteringly hot day. This travel.
Can we learn from the Shoanti like how to cover ourselves from the winds and the dust and what have you?
Ooh, you can try. Make survival checks.
For them or for us?
For you, because you've got that. They'll tell you how to do it, but obviously you've got to earn respect by doing it yourselves. Will allow you a free re-roll on your survival checks because they are. But obviously, as we know, failure the first time doesn't mean you can't
Well, Vorka's got it.
Vorka's listening pretty good.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so fortunately,
Gas just keeps getting tangled up in the stuff and falls over a lot.
right. I need to do a bit of a. Oh. Oh dear, Thaddeus, you really don't like all this hot, dry air. It really is not in keeping with certain aspects of your ancestry and the whole aversion to sunlight and desert.
You know what? I'll throw a Benny at this roll as well.
Crikey. Okay, it's 104 degrees Fahrenheit.
No, not quite.
Okay. So, Thaddeus unfortunately is critically failed, which means for the easiest thing to say is Thaddeus automatically will be fatigued after 4 hours travel in the desert. Okay. Okay, so basically, with the weather, that temperature today, I'm afraid after 4 hours of travel, all of you get to make a vigor check, apart from Thaddeus, because he automatically fails. You all get to make a vigor check. If you succeeded your survival check, you get a +1 to your vigor check. If you got a raise, you get a +2 to your vigor check.
I should have waited till you finished speaking.
You should have done.
I think I'm going to spend a Benny on it anyway.
He still succeeded the vigor check.
I want a raise.
There's no benefit for a raise, for the record. It's a plus. The vigor check, your survival check for how well you dressed yourself today will help you decide. You know what I mean?
I see. So my wearing virtually nothing is good.
Indeed. So it looks like everyone's okay. So that's. I'm watching on low power mode.
I know why Gastus
Except
failed
Thaddeus.
his survival check.
Why is that?
Well, because instead of dressing in the way that the Shoanti told him to, he just changed the glamour on his armor to look like he'd dressed in the way the Shoanti told him to.
Much amusement. Okay, so 50 after 4 hours. You've travelled 15 miles.
Why do the helmets have really big eye holes? Oh, they're underpants.
Right. Dear me, really? Obviously, I know
You're the
you need
GM,
to...
you can spend a Benny to redraw.
Yeah, but at the same time, you want trophies, don't you? Ooh. Oh, you're in Skullcar territory. Oh, actual fact, can I have notice checks, please? Walker can't say anything.
There's too much dust from all these people walking around. It's right there in my eyes.
Indeed. Indeed.
Oh, I actually got a.
Okay. So, whoever rolls highest, that'd be Sassafras.
Look at that! I rolled that with a self-imposed -1 and made it.
Sassafras. Sassafras. Sassafras rolled the highest. As you journey through the day, I'm not going to worry about that encounter. It actually keeps in this one. As you journey through the day, Sassafras, every now and again, you catch a glimpse of what seems to be a group of riders on a distant outcropping. As you get to, part the sort of what will be the halfway point of the day. This time you notice that Krojan eats what he kills is with them, and they're definitely keeping an eye on you. Other than that,
Well, I would quietly whisper to the friends. I'm not sure about that, even though Nalmed seems like a decent sort. I would pass it among the team and not draw their attention to it because I don't want to be a troublemaker.
Don't want him to know that we know that he's there.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not sure, whether they're loyal to, the guy who eats what he kills, or
That's
we're
up.
outsiders. Period.
Set up a camp for them. Are we going to have watches?
Well, since we know we're being shadowed, it's probably a good idea. And it's probably a good idea to have one of us on each watch.
I'll take the dead of the night.
We're
Perhaps I
assuming an
Perhaps
8-hour. We're assuming an 8-hour watch. So you can either do 2-hour slots or you could do 4-hour slots. It's up to you which way you want to go. But obviously you travel that.
Perhaps I should take either the first or the last watch, as I have more difficulty seeing in the dark than everybody else.
Leia, where are you taking Thaddeus?
I'm not taking Thaddeus.
You said you were taking the dead of the night.
Oh, ouch. I feel pain in my nose where I walked straight into that.
There's 6 of you, and we're going to say. I think the logical way to divide it is 2-hour watches, isn't it? 2-hour watches, because you're going to have an 8 hours downtime, aren't you?
I'll take the first watch along with Hargev.
Okay, that's the first watch to Gastus. So that's obviously okay. Who wants the second watch? So we're going to say that's 8 till 10. So who wants 10 to midnight?
Bork will take 10 to midnight.
Okay,
I'll take midnight till 2.
Midnight till 2, and then you got 4 to 6.
What about 2 till 4?
I meant 2 till 4. Sorry.
Well, that's got to be me because it's night.
And the 4 to 6 I'll take. I like the sunrise.
Yeah, so you're doing 2-hour watches, and then you can set out again at 6. Well, yeah, you can do the last one, so you head out again at 8 o'clock. Perfect. 5 and 6. There we go. Okay. Yes. NPCs. Ooh, okay. Okay. And basically, the night passes fairly uneventfully, and eventually, you go to wake Thaddeus to take over his watch, and as the two of you do so, you can both make notice checks. You both succeed at. Obviously, you obviously keep an eye on the camp, but you're a bit as you go to wake up Thaddeus, and you're sort of basically discussing how everything's been quiet and everything. You both notice that sitting in the middle of the camp, I'm assuming obviously you're camped out in a sort of arrangement of sleeping bags. There appears to be an aurochs head, decapitated aurochs head, there, lying where you would have spent the evening, sleeping bag, once you were about to lie down. So it looks like someone came into camp with an aurochs head, placed it in the bag, and got out of camp without you hearing them.
What on earth? I'm going to try and track by scent and see where they went and who they were.
Unfortunately, the high winds will probably make that tricky. So let's have a notice check. Oh. Okay. What you do find is you do find a slight scent on the breeze, And obviously you head out. What you do find after a while, you follow a trail that leads you to quite a distance away from the camp, where you do find what appears to be a killed Auroch, and signs that there are a number of other people nearby. It would appear that large amounts of the carcass have been removed, probably with looks like it's been done by someone skilled in taking meat from an animal. There's still a fair bit left.
Isn't Auroch counted as one of the trophy types?
It's a
Head, okay.
It's a cow, isn't it?
Cow.
Yeah, I know that, but
Well,
have you ever fought an angry bull?
Well, yeah, but it's not. Yeah, I know what you mean, but no, it wouldn't have gained much respect. You get the distinct impression that someone's playing games with you. The fact that they were just showing that they could get into camp and place that and get out again.
I know who I suspect.
Yeah, me
The
too.
guy that was shadowing us, yesterday.
I was
And
wondering
again,
if the
I'm
smell
not saying
smelt of
this-
him.
And
It probably did. You're not 100%. You get the impression he's just... It's a playful act, obviously. And I'm afraid, obviously, I made a passive notice check for you, and unfortunately, his stealth beat your
That's
notice. But other than that, the night passes
Well,
uneventfully.
before I sleep, I'll say, "Well played, Bone Man. Well played," and I will sleep somewhere less bloody.
Indeed.
Possibly taking the bed that was recently bed spot recently vacated by my companion.
The rest of the night, of course, is a little more noisy, as of course scavengers do find the body, and the rest of your night, your sleep is slightly disturbed because obviously you can hear scavengers fighting over the carcass, but otherwise. In the morning, you can journey onwards. Got to.
How picked clean is the skull come the morning?
Oh, the skull is inside the camp. Nothing comes inside the camp. It was the carcass that was left outside the camp. It was
Right.
fairly picked. Is picked clean by the morning. Hot. That's it. The following day, we have. I'm afraid it's another sweltering day, which means more fatigue rolls. But obviously, 8 hours sleep will get rid of both everyone's fatigue. Precipitation. What do we get on the precipitation table?
Oh, let's.
Oh no,
try
you
and
don't
do
have to
that.
make bigger rolls. Don't worry.
Oh, we don't. Okay, sorry.
That's later in the day. If
Right.
there's no encounters or anything, it won't necessarily matter. Okay, again, you're lucky. Look, it's cloud cover.
Oh, good.
It's less windy today. It's just breezy. There's not today. The wind is just offering a slight cool
Can't we travel
breeze.
by night?
You can if you want. Cinderlands is more dangerous at night, but you can do it if you want.
Yeah, but it'd be better. It'd be easier to travel at night.
Travel for
I'd like to differ. Oh,
Okay.
we're still being followed by Eats What He Kills, aren't we?
you don't know.
I'm going to keep an eye out for him.
Okay, well that's
And I'm going to
fine.
keep a nose out for him.
I do need bigger checks. Oh
I
no,
do
you
not
can't see
see-
anything.
I cannot see anything.
Okay. I do need. Okay, as halfway through the day, I do need bigger checks. The sweltering heat.
Do you want me to make another one or leave the one that I already did?
Oh, you can keep the one you already did if you want.
wow, Sassafras is just thriving in this environment.
So vigor checks at -1 then.
No, not today. obviously today they'll be unmodified. Don't you worry.
I'm going to take it at -1 anyway.
It was just yesterday.
Right, not paying it.
You take fatigue again. Oh dear. Old Crojan. Thaddeus takes fatigue from the sweltering heat again. However, it looks like everyone else is okay.
Even though it's overcast, it is quite sunny though, isn't it?
Well, the sun's up there. I need notice checks from everyone except for Thaddeus, because he's already completely failed.
Gastus, you mean?
Sorry, that is Gastus. I apologise. Thaddeus hadn't making. Today, Leia, you notice that that Crojan and some Scar are shadowing you. I mean, it should be noted you are in their territory after all, so it's not unlikely that they wouldn't be. However, more importantly, I need to check. Oppose stealth check. Okay, yeah, they fail it. What more to the concern of Sassafras and Vorka and Leia, but not Thaddeus and Gastus, is as it gets to the middle of the day, you can see winged creatures flying towards you. 6.
That could be anything from a sparrow to a dragon.
Halfling creatures we can send up to
They appear man-sized.
Harpies?
And, made of stone.
Ah, gargoyles. Yeah.
Well, are those
Sport.
something we can kill for points?
They are monsters.
Oh well, guess what? I'm going to do. Guess what I'm going to do.
Would anyone like to make a common knowledge check? Oh, actually, no, you don't need to. Now the guides will tell you that recognise them as Ashwing gargoyles. They hate humans and they hate the Shoanti.
Well, I'm not human, so I guess they can love me, right?
Yeah, but no, if you want to read that, you might want to read into that. They're basically the other way to read that is
enemies of the Shoanti.
Exactly. Therefore, worthy of.
Blessing. Well, crumbling.
Indeed.
Well, so we can kill them, right? We can kill them?
Yes, we can kill them.
Hey, I'm starting to get the hang of this. I've come a long way for a student.
You're reminding me of a little
one might
kid
even-
in
one-
the shop.
One might even be allowed to go so far as to say we would be encouraged to kill them.
Yes, I mean, as far as we can kill them, there are many things we can kill. But one should ask the question whether or not we should. And in this particular case, it is likely to be of benefit to us.
Wait,
There's a lot of debate going on. Bad guys, let's kill them.
I just wanted to make sure I didn't make a mistake like I did with the...
Why is there a G in the middle of my map? What's funny? It's got a gargoyle ally.
Thaddeus on the bad guy side again.
What's funny? It's got a gargoyle ally.
Yes, and
Isn't that one of the critters he can summon?
I don't know.
I believe
no,
he
they were
fights with
devils.
irony.
yes, but I'm veteran there, aren't I? So I can
Is
get
that like?
sentinels.
Oh, of course you do. Is that like
Stone-
it's
I can
fighting with
summon
irony?
stone.
Is that like fighting with Goldie and Silvery?
Absolutely. But less
Yes, I can
precious.
summon a stone sentinel
Fair enough, and you've made it a gargoyle. That's absolutely.
because it's gothic, isn't it? Oh, kind of.
Well, yeah, no, I just was confused. That was all.
It's a more gothic name than sentinel, isn't it?
Indeed. Let me share the map, which is a completely different map to any map you've been on before.
Obviously.
In no way just rotated around.
It's-
Just the Cinderlands is very similar as you head along.
kind of feel like I'm walking around in circles, or maybe the ground is.
It should be pointed out, of course, you are retreading the tracks you trod the week ago. 2 days ago, I should say. Okay, so the first thing that will happen is, obviously, the those that have got control of the Shoantis, they will attempt to get to cover and use their bows. They will also attempt to but obviously that's dependent on initiative.
So these little fern-like plants don't provide cover, but the big tree ones do.
Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I have clicked on the first card, but I didn't mean to do that because if you remember, you got... was that Sunday? Yeah, sorry.
No, you did say we've got to spend it before you spend it.
Yeah, but that's my fault because I played it, so I haven't actually started the round yet. So if you want to spend bennies to change the order, do so now. I'll just move.
Always get twos.
You do, don't you? I've never worked out why.
Yeah, and Vorkus spends his time between 3 and 5 usually.
So Sassafras just
Weird.
moved up the scale a bit.
Yeah, me too.
Not to first, but...
I didn't manage to get before any gargoyles, but at least I'm on a respectable number.
Out of interest, since our guides are rangers, what's their favoured enemy and what's their favoured terrain, or does it not matter?
Well, logically, their favourite terrain would be the desert, wouldn't it? Because that's where they are. Their favoured enemy, I don't know if it does tell us that. It's a very good and sensible question. I'm going to refer to the book because if you're asking that, it means I obviously haven't put it on NPC sheet, which I thought I normally did. Into the Cinderlands, page 24. Bone Slayers. Dodge Oracle Ranger. Armor restrictions. Favorite enemy undead. Favorite terrain desert. Did I not put that on them?
No.
That's a mistake on my part. I will have
Not
to
that I
fix
can
it.
see anyway.
So their favoured enemy is undead and their favoured terrain is desert. Just noticed that oracles as
Yeah, they've got magic powers. They can fly.
well. Where is my notes?
Well, more accurately, they can levitate. They can move up and down.
Yeah, so they've got the minor fly, haven't they?
Shoanti Bone Slayers.
No, they can fly.
It does say up and down only on it.
Does it? Oh,
Yeah.
They can levitate, basically.
Shoanti Bone
They have
Slayers.
personal lifts.
Yeah, they can levitate, but they use the fly power to levitate. That's how Savage Pathfinder does it. Shoanti Bone Flies missing, favoured, terrain, and fine. Right, I've got a fair bit of work to do this week, haven't I? Okie dokie, I'm starting the combat tracker now on Ashwin Gargoyle number 3. Ashwin Gargoyle number 3 is going to fly in 9 inches. Well, going to fly in 7 inches that way, coming down to ground level to do so. Unfortunately, it tells me exactly who they attack first. Ooh.
Themselves?
No, they're going to attack the witnesses.
Yep,
Oh,
themselves.
It's a crit fail. It's a crit fail. In its eagerness to,
Crashes into the ground.
in the eagerness to attack the Shoanti, he crashes into the ground, leaving himself unable to fly away. And basically, I will also making him vulnerable. Okay, that gets us to Sassafras.
Well, Nelmed is under my control, so I'm going to step over to him, and I'm going to take a hold of him by the arm, and I'm going to cast my new spell. And I'm going to teleport him and I undercover.
Okay.
I prefer to.
You teleport up to 12 inches.
Yeah, but he just I want to
Actually,
get him
20,
and then,
24 of her race, isn't it?
yeah, but I don't want to get where he
That's
can
fine.
see the. He just wants to fight from undercover, right?
He will do. He will fire his bow. Yes.
So that would be my move.
I like
and
it.
then
Very
he's
nice.
next. So he's next. So he's gonna.
Sorry, I pressed F12 by mistake. I didn't mean. I shouldn't have done. I didn't mean. There we go. Okay, he's next.
Yeah, I know. I had his thing up and then it disappeared somewhere. So let me pull him up.
That's okay.
And he's gonna turn around and fire at the guy that just tried to attack his buddy because he's got a really nice bow.
There you go. Go for it. Oh, look at that. He hits. I will also point out, of course, if the Shoanti Bone Slayers kill any of the monsters, you can't use them as trophies.
No, but and he didn't kill him anyway, and he don't have bennies to spend. So
That's
and
fine.
then and next Rudy's just gonna see us. It's like, oh, uglies, and he's gonna dive for cover behind.
Okay. Ooh, okay. That's something I need to fix.
Because I remember them telling us they like to hunt. You know, initially they'll do range undercover, so I helped him out.
Okie dokie. Okay. Nicely done. And that brings us on to Thaddeus.
Well, you've put it on the camp combat tracker, so it would be rude by accident. So it'd be rude not to use it, wouldn't it? So we might as well test that. Yeah, summon a flying gargoyle for 7 power points.
Okie dokie. You can obviously summon him other than where he is on the map right now.
Yeah, we'll summon him right there.
Okay.
We'll find out if it said combat tracker. This is actually going to. Combat tracker actually works because it's changed recently. Does he do? Right, I didn't give him frenzy. Good. Combat tracker, right? So he just does a regular melee attack. All right, okay.
Your gargoyle's got a gargoyle token now.
Yeah, Vendra will do you know what? I think Vendra's actually going to be brave and go there. And then she's going to take a defense action.
Mm-hmm.
Just because she adds up. Yeah, so give her defense. So what she's going to do is she's going to defend. There you go. Give her a defend effect. Actioned the gargoyle, so then it goes to Ashwing 5.
Who's obviously going to come. Let's turn off that annoying grid rubbish. Who's literally going to come flying in, moving 5 inches down. Right, 9 inches down and 5 inches across. So he's still got 3 inches of movement to fly away after he attacks Argev and misses. And then basically will fly back up into the sky. Who's got Hargev?
That's
Mind you, they've got Actually, they've got their bows ready, so all he does is ducks and it flies off, isn't it? So you won't get free attack technically. Walker, because they won't want to risk hitting stone creatures with their bows. I'm going to rule. Walker, you're up, sir.
Okay.
It's going to be another pause mid-fight.
Okay, Vorka is going to stroll up this way. Oh, he's 9 inches up. I don't know if I'll reach him far away. How far away is that?
I've got some gargoyle screeches. I've just found them.
I was wondering what that was.
Also, Dazwalk, I just noticed you might want to check this. Nelmet has an 8-inch shooting, but it's showing his composite bow as a thrown weapon, so he's only getting a 6.
Is that another bug?
Well, I brought it to your attention while I was thinking what I saw.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That's another bug. Oh, thank you. Rather annoying, isn't it? God, the bugs are racking up today.
But we're catching them.
Get them both.
Exactly. We'll have to fix them.
Okay, well, I was trying to get them both with my burst, but that's not going to happen because the other guy's a little too far away. So I'll end up just bursting the one.
Okay. The height difference probably doesn't help.
Well, that's why I moved off to where I did, so that I could like shoot and hit both of them. But
oh, sorry, yeah, with the cone template, yes, I understand. Yeah.
Doobie-doobie-doo. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, with a raise, nice. Yeah, that's a bit annoying though. That's too loud. I'm going to get rid of him. Okay, oh my gosh. A wound upon Ashwing Gargoyle number 5. Okay, let's check. Make sure there isn't any invulnerabilities or anything. Fly. Flat.
And then...
One might want to keep note of what you kill. Trophy purposes. Although they probably hit the ground and shatter, don't they? Because they're made of stone.
Have 4 witnesses.
You got to prevent. You got to.
You don't need to have a full trophy. You can just glue the bits back together, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, I brought
Trapart
some
is
gravel
going
for your
to-
drive.
Going to dart over towards this tree, since that apparently is where we are congregating for this. And we will shoot at that. Do we want to shoot at the one up in the air? Yeah, let's shoot at the one up in the air. Oh!
Hold up.
Not a crit fail.
Oh, hold up. You get to re-roll that in a sec. He just threw an arrow.
Oh.
There you go. Try again.
It's darts.
Go on. I'll let you re-roll that because it's a GM bug.
Okay. Yeah, still missed because of the range.
Yeah, but at least it was correct. So yeah, before
That was the proper die. Yeah.
it was the proper die. So, oh, okay. Well, this guy's going to move 6 inches into there, lumbering down as he comes to attack Hargrev.
Keep going for Hargrave. How dare they?
Hitting Hargrev. Wounding Hargrev.
Oh dear.
Hargrev is incapacitated. Okay.
Actually, no. That was another critical miss.
Okay, in that case, Ashwing the gargoyle crashes into the ground, leaving him vulnerable.
Mm.
Nicely done. I don't know what noise. Well, I don't know what Thaddeus is doing, but it sounds very clinky.
I'm kind of slurpy.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get the remains out of his milkshake.
I hope so.
No, it was the outside. I've got a new dog. It's a new dog.
Oh, right. Okay.
We demand pictures.
We demand
Absolutely.
pictures.
That gargoyle's just going to fly and stay up high and bring us to Leia.
Okay.
You've got to crash the gargoyle right in front of you.
I have indeed. Before I attack it,
Mhm.
as a limited free action, I am going to get Warrior's Gift, and I gain first strike.
Okie dokie.
And I'm going to do 2 other actions. Action 1 is going to be attacking this one that's on the ground. Action 2 is going to be taunting the one in the air. So being as I'm going to be at a negative penalty for this... Oh, it changed! It's an
I changed it. Yeah. I changed it.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, I did change it. I agree. Yeah, I thought it was better.
Takes forever for pounds to affect when I click it. Okay, here we go. That's this one.
Hit with a raise.
Then I'm going to turn that into a dance move, whip my skirt around with my offhand, and then straight at the one that's coming towards us in the air. Come on, big boy, what you got?
Okie dokie. Well, that's another Ashwin gargoyle defeated.
I just need to roll an unskilled taunt now.
Okay.
Unless you'll let me do performance instead.
You could use performance as a test, as well, you know.
All right, then I'll do performance test on it.
Blow
Oops,
the
I forgot
bellies,
to
please.
target
I
it.
shall do so indeed, Tanker Girl.
Thank you, Tango.
Would it be because... Oh, yeah, that's an old chap. I'm going... There's an extension I need to run on so I don't miss this
That-
stuff.
For some reason, when I dragged it onto it, went as a hit rather than as a performance test.
That's
But
okay.
it was 10
that's okay.
against it.
Yeah, because you dragged it on, it would be. But that's okay. Performance test against... Which one did you say? Number 6?
Yes, 6.
I thought you did. I was just... Your spirit... Okay. That is... a roll on that creative combat table. And do you want to make it distracted or vulnerable?
I didn't mean to hit that twice, sorry.
That's okay.
So it's the first one. Ooh!
Oh, you get... distracted
Nice.
or vulnerable? Distracted or vulnerable?
I'll make it vulnerable.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and look, you get a whole nother turn. What do you do?
I hadn't planned for that. Let me think.
Use this turn to go on hold. Oh.
Yeah, I could go on hold, couldn't I? Yeah, I'll go on hold.
Okay. You go on hold.
That's cool. Do 2 actions and a free action, and then get to go on hold as well.
Just had a very interesting thought. You know, powers, the countdown diminishes at the start of your turn, doesn't it? Your own power you casted goes down at the start of your turn. So if that gives you a whole nother turn, does that mean technically power should diminish for the second turn?
I'd say yes.
It's an
I'm not sure
interesting one.
because it's another turn within the same round, isn't it?
Exactly. This is the thing. But
good question.
I'm gonna have to. I'm definitely gonna. I think I'm gonna have to very.
The simple answer to that is no.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
because and that's
I
and that's
think
just
so
it.
too.
Is it does
Yeah.
it does say 5 rounds, not 5 turns.
Point taken. That's exact. Well, that might be affecting question. That's what I was going to say. I was going to go in. Yes, you're right. It does have a duration of 5 rounds. That's good enough for me. I think I wasn't really expecting it. It was more a case of how's it worded. Can you interpret it that way? That's really what. That's more what the question was. Do you know what I mean?
Put that on them instead of me. I'll have to put it on me as well. And if you could take, I don't know if I can take it off them.
That would
I
say
already put
no
it on you.
Oh, okay, fine.
because the additional time has not passed.
Well, logically, I would agree with you. It was just
So
more.
you take 6
it was.
seconds.
It
6
was.
seconds.
It was more a raw question, as it were, than a logical question. I mean, I would never have ruled it that way, but it was just suddenly a case.
Good point. I need to actually act for Ahalak, who I've accidentally put first strike on. Well, he's right next to one that's on the ground, so I'm pretty sure. Has he got anything that's non-bow?
He's got a whacking, great big double-handed maul called an Earthshaker.
Oh well, that seems
I
like an
will allow
appropriate
the
thing
fact
to whack
that
him
if it's
with.
in. I will allow the fact that if it's in front of him, it should be pointed out. Obviously, only you get a second action, not all your allies.
He hasn't had a first action.
I know. That's why I was just thinking that is my ruling on getting another go. It's only you gets another go, not everyone.
Absolutely.
Yes, it's the Matrix move. Everybody's in normal time, and you go into bullet time. Get to do 2
Indeed.
things at once. Everybody goes, what?
Indeed. Yeah, you've got to let him maul it, because obviously he would. The whole only use arrows at range is rubbish when something's lying on the floor in front of me. I'll allow that.
I believe he got it.
Okay, so to my knowledge, that's 1 kill to the Shoanti, 2 kills to you. Lost it on the. Okay, it was that one. Oh, I didn't hear him scream.
He didn't.
He didn't.
Maybe he
Gas
got
this
no
over to
vocal
you.
cords.
All right. Well,
That was
they're all
epic,
up in
wasn't
the
it?
air, aren't they?
They are. Almost as if the GM was being evil like that.
Yeah. So let's start with Hargev, who's got a bow. Hargev is going to shoot one and then back off, I think. Again, it's a thrown weapon at the moment, apparently. But
Yeah, that's okay. I just need. Yeah, that's the point. I need to fix it before you use it. Thank you for reminding me. There we go. It's now ranged.
so he gets a slightly better die.
Powers expire at the end of the character's turn X rounds later. That's the point. It does say the rules do say rounds rather than turns, which I figured they would. I was just having one of those intellectual wonders out loud. Okie dokie.
Right. Argenia
Yes.
fly 8.
Just slightly slower than the gargoyles. Go straight
But
up.
Goes almost straight up, and then we'll spit her small burst template up into the next diagonally up area to try and stun the golem.
Let's hope her spitting's more accurate than your spitting of words.
Indeed.
Well, we'll
Yeah.
have to see, won't we?
Small burst template adjacent. I'm not saying you can't do it. It's more for calculating for future. For the record, a small burst template will hit something up to 2 inches above or below. That's all I was checking for there.
However,
Future
she
reference.
has missed.
Okay. And it's useful to know that Argenia can hit something 2 inches above or below her in vertical combat. Okay. Are you doing anything?
Yes, I am. since they seem to be going for the Shoanti,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to ride over to here and interpose myself on Aramis between Ahalak and Gargoyles 1 and 4.
Okie
At which point I shall go defensive.
dokie. Not defending.
And that's me done.
Just going to move back to Hargrave because notice he's got 15 power points. I can keep track of their power points because I don't think you guys can. Okay, new round begins and the cards. Leigh's still on hold. I forgot to say, Leigh's still on hold. Do you want to act a second time, or do you want to stay on hold and not get a card?
I'll stay on hold. A hold is better than the 2 I'll probably get otherwise.
Okie dokie.
Do you want to start this round given the time?
I probably won't. That's a very good point. Thank you for pointing it out. I had lost track of time. So it's a good point to leave it. Obviously, if you want to spend Benny... Obviously, I'm not resetting Benny's until after this fight. But if you want to spend Benny's to change your cards, now's the time to do it. Leave it there. Now, on Sunday, I do believe we've got some run. And then, obviously, the following Tuesday, we'll have to do a bit of Crimson Throne. And sometime in between, I think I'm going to have to do some video editing and redub the sound of that video I made earlier today, because it obviously horribly wrong at the start. But other than that, thank you very much. On a completely unrelated note, just because, I mean, we're talking a long way off, but I might as well get you guys thinking about it. I've already decided what we're doing after this. I'm going to ask you guys, but I just had thought about what I really fancy playing. And so, just so you start thinking about it, we've still got 3 books to finish. We're technically just at the start of... We're practically halfway through the campaign, so we're talking probably the rest of the year. But gives me lots of time to prep everything. Unfortunately, from your character's perspective, we're heading to what's left of the United States of America, as your characters will be in and around the shattered lands of California and in the wasted West. Bit of Deadlands hell on Earth.
Hey, Mommy not good enough anymore.
So that's the plan, but that's a long way off. But I'm just letting you know now, just because I've decided, so you guys can start thinking a long-term think about characters. And on Sundays, I'm going to be doing Flash Gordon, but that's next year. So anyway,
and it is Wasted West, not Weird West.
It is Wasted West, not the Weird
By the
West.
time that happens,
Sorry,
both
it will
Tavis
be-
and I will have played every single one of the original Wasted West, unless you're doing Reloaded.
It is going to. Well, obviously, it's going to be this. It's going to be Hell on Earth, but using the Suede rules. So we'll just have to convert on the fly, as it were.
Yeah, that's what I'm running at the moment.
What, Hell on Earth?
Yes.
Oh well, it's okay.
Converted.
I wasn't, as a rule, I don't think, planning to use any of the Hell on Earth adventures. One, because there aren't any.
Then I'd be fine
Many.
then. If you're not planning on using any of those, I just thought I should warn you that both me and Tavis would know them back to front and inside out by then.
And you do the Worm's Turn, or you?
No, the ones before that.
Oh, you're doing the classic stuff. Yeah.
Classic
Aye.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I might-
I've got all the books and I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know. If things go well, I might have something very, very groovy and very new.
Oh, in that case, you might be able to usurp me. But anyway, that's my plan anyway. But anyway, I shall see some of you on Sunday for a bit of rippers, and I'll see the rest of you next Tuesday. So thanks, guys.